Yeah, it's just turned on.
It's not up yet.
Yeah, it's going to take a sec. Let's just turn it on. Just now.
One second.
Just turn.
Yeah, come.
Yeah? Okay. All right, man. First of all, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Makapadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom back there to the whole for that Christian truth and all sincerity, man. We're gonna go into into some news and stuff and that, but I want to start off with the scripture here in First John, man. 'Cause I was reading it the other day, and then this is kind of like a shot at IUIC. Talk about keeping the commandments and doing this and doing that, and they're really on the they're really on the tip that keeping the law is what's going to save them, right? They're really behaving like that, because when it comes to the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, they don't really want to promote these things, right? They don't want to stand stiffly for the name that the scripture speaks about. Okay, they'll flippy flappy with the name, but the law now, well, we're going to keep the law, right? Go check this.
This is the book of 1 John 3:22. And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments.
Right, the commandments are important to you, right? More than any other Israelite kind of commandments are important to you, right?
And do those things that are pleasing in his sight. And this is his commandment.
This is his commandment, right?
That we should believe on the name of his son.
Oh, to believe in the name of his son. But you don't. You don't believe in the name of the son. That's the word in the air to you. Like, oh, we don't know the Hebrew, because obviously it's going to say Jesus Christ in here. We know that's what it's going to say verbatim, right? But we also know that's not his real name either. And we both know this, right? We all know this, right? So let's not play the games about that. But we have to believe on the name of the Son, right? Without it, how do you get to the Father?
Yeah.
Right? And that's the shot of people that don't believe that you go through the Son, you just do with the Father. We only worship the Father, don't worship the Son. There ain't no way to the Father without the Son, man. Right? And the commandment is to believe in the name of his son. But you can't do that if you don't have the name. Right? That just shows you how important it is, because it's a commandment. So it's a law, right? It's a commandment. And you keep all the commandments, right? Why don't you do this?
It says that we should believe on the name of his son, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and love one another as he gave us the commandment. And he that keepeth his commandments dwelleth in him, and he in him. And hereby we know that he abideth in us by the Spirit which he hath given us.
Right, so that's the point. I just wanted to make that point before we, kicked on with things, right? Because, I was just reading it, it just popped out to me. I was like, these fuckers don't know what the fuck they're talking about. This is all about Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. If it ain't about Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, then what you ain't in the truth. Because you ain't gonna be saved by no law. Keeping all these laws that you're supposed to keep but don't keep. Yeah,
First Timothy 2:5. For there was one God Yahweh, and one mediator between Yahweh and men, that man Mashiach Yahweh Shai, who gave himself a ransom for all to be testified in due time.
Right? One mediator. Okay, that is Yahweh Shai. Okay, not Jesus Christ, because we know that's some bullshit anyway. Right? That came along with the leper version. Right? That came with the leper version, which we know is bullshit. Right? All these titles are just that, they're just titles. Right? And so what is his name? If thou can tell. What is the son's name, what the father's name, if thou can tell, right? Only the elect really have the name, or who can believe and trust in those names. Because other men have heard it, and don't believe it though. Right? And no, it's only for the elect to really believe in those names. Right? Because they're the chosen. The Lord has revealed the secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Yeah.
Second Ezra 2 on the 44. So asked the angel, and he said, Sir, what is this? He answered and said unto me, This be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and he put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
Right? Because they kept the commandment. Right? To believe in the name of the Son. Right? They stood stiffly. Right? When you're talking about all these different names and it don't matter, You're not standing stiffy for nothing. What you're standing stiffy for is the law, supposedly. You know, you're being hypocritical, but that's what you claim. That's your claim, right? That's what your Hebrew is like angle. You keep all the laws, right? You stand stiffy for that. But the scripture says no man's gonna be justified by the law, right? So that idea is futile, man. Right? That isn't gonna save you, man. And you could be proud about it, because you know you man are hella proud anyway. But it's not gonna help you.
But that's why the Lord called them a bunch of hypocrites, man.
That's right.
But they're likened unto the wicked scribes and Pharisees.
Yep.
In ancient Rome, man. You notice how the IUIC are trying to live this luxurious lifestyle.
Yep.
Of you know,
Party.
kings of Judah type lifestyle, kings in the building type shit. When we ain't in the kingdom yet, man. We're still in captivity. But they're under this. They're trying to push this like, you know, this worldly, outward spirit that we've made it already into the kingdom, and Nate is the Messiah, man. That's why these zombies listen to anything and anything and do anything that he says. I see one video recently, and they was marching. I think at the Super Bowl. Was it the Super Bowl? One of them, and it was like,
Well, they were there.
yeah, I think they was marching again, man. I see a
They
video,
always fucking marching.
you know, just chanting all that army shit. You know, just like the army fatigue type army. The
Yeah, what are
rats
you,
and
Black
all that.
Panthers? I don't get it.
It's nuts, bro. And then it's like, it's just like,
Or the man think it's Jericho, man. Gonna walk
yeah,
around
that's
with Jericho.
exactly
And,
where it was.
is that
They
what
were
I'm thinking?
screaming in the middle of the road. That might have been an old video, but it's what they do anyway. They're always
Yeah,
going around marching and doing stupid shit. That's all like worldly shit, man. Like
They're
the outward appearance.
activists, right?
Yeah.
Activists.
So, and they want to join. They join hand in hand with heathens and other religions and all kinds of things.
So
So
want to save all black people.
because they want to be seen of men.
And the Lord's not coming
You know?
to save all black people.
That's it.
And it's playing right into Esau's thing, because when Esau starts coming down on us, you see, look how they march through the streets, and you go hear that. You go hear, what was it, Megan Kelly? You know, one of them kind of bros, Megan Kelly being like, and look at the way they, you know, we can't continue allowing them marching through our streets like this. The children, yeah.
Intimidate.
Yeah, they're gonna use all them buzzwords and just feeding it in.
They're not American.
Yeah.
Right, because that's the whole thing going on right now. You know, people that are illegal immigrants, or those that are not of American values, because they want to take the country back. All this right wing shit, right, that's going on recently. And the brothers, we're going to go into the whole, you know, tariffs and the DEI and all these types of things, man, because it's having an effect. Sorry, did you have a precept before I carry on?
So from Revelation 12 and 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony,
Yep.
and they loved not their lives unto the death.
Go on. Say
Yeah,
what you're saying,
so,
man.
so it's not about commandment, it's all about Yahushua. Because Yahushua, when he died, 2,000 years ago, he didn't die for us, in this time, to start practicing the commandment. Which commandment is part of our day-to-day life, you know? We need to keep the commandment of the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, you know?
That's right. You know, it's like we started off with, man. Believing in the name of the Son is part of those commandments, man. Right? You can't avoid that. But you're doing your darn best is to make it not matter. It's not important. It's just, you know, further prove you're hypocrites. You can't believe in the law, or say you believe in the law, but then not keep the commandment. You know what I'm saying? But you don't believe in the names.
And,
You know?
and the reason why we can't keep the laws is because we're not perfect. Yeah?
That's right.
We're imperfect, man. And we're still in an imperfect world. Still under this rulership of Esau or Edom, man.
Otherwise,
how
none of
the-
us could be saved.
So how the hell can we be like, they pushed that we're under the new covenant as well.
That's a madness.
How can we be under the new covenant? That's the only time we're going to be able to be perfected and keep the whole laws 100%. When we're actually under the new covenant, because we're going to have the new bodies, like it tells you in the Ezekiel 36. The Lord going to get rid of this heart of stone, and give us a fleshly heart, and we're going to be renewed, and we're going to keep all the laws in the land of the Lord, you know, which is like we're not even in the land of Israel. So how are we under the new covenant, man?
But that's like one of the most stupidest things like you
Exactly.
heard, bro. Like, you know, all these things are meant to disappear from us. All the curses, right? All the sorrows, the pain. Not meant to be crying, bro. Man are crying every day. Man are crying.
man,
There's all
it's
kinds of problems going on at it. So that's
It's
ill. You know, there's so much going on that's concerned that the thing is, he's the same guy that took, you know, Jacob's trouble, right? How are you going to be under new covenant and you're going to have Jacob's trouble come around the corner? None of this makes any sense, right? None of us are changed. None of us are pure. We haven't shed this body of flesh,
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We're still
Still
suffering
liable.
with
Still
bullshit.
liable.
Still under the so-called white man, under Esau. We haven't changed rulership.
We're still living in sin, man.
That's it.
We're in sinly flesh.
And we're still teaching.
Yeah,
That's
Still
what-
having to teach,
yeah.
yeah.
That's another thing. It says that you're not gonna be. You're not gonna have
Because
to
we'd all
teach
be
your
able
brother.
we could all stop there, innit?
Yeah.
Because Jake wouldn't need to be taught.
But it says in Jeremiah 31 that we're not going to need to teach your neighbor
That's it.
because we're going to be under the new covenant because everyone's going to know
Gonna know.
under the law.
But evidently
From
they
birth.
don't know. That's why we still have to be out here. You know, to either to offer him the branch of salvation through this word or condemnation through this word. You know?
And then he keeps Nate keeps remixing the MOT to the B scriptures because he doesn't want to substantiate that the RFID is the MOT to the B. Like we've been saying, but even vocabs acknowledge the MOT to the B is the RFID chip now. And he's the devil, man. So if he can acknowledge it, how comes Nate can't? Nate can't see it.
He'll probably flip around on that too. You know, they're all gonna do that, man,
The
because
reason why Nate can't see it is because he's been paid off, man.
100%.
Not to see it, man. Not to teach it.
Yeah.
To divert that, to divert the scriptures any way possible, man, as much as you can
Look, when
until the ship comes out.
when the MOTV comes out, right, they're all gonna be making excuses. Every last one of them. Right? As to why it's not the mark of the beast, because they're not gonna want the ramifications of not taking that seat, right? Because they're gonna want to get fed and get access to things and whatever, right? Like, Nate's gonna lose all these privileges. So, you know, if he's not signed up, because you could get signed. Well, he already got you on fucking legal documents already, your government names, all kinds of shit to be in the church, right? But you're gonna have to get put on that digital register, man, and your congregation gonna need to get to see it, right? If you don't, or Nate doesn't do it, guess what? He ain't gonna be 501c3 no more. He ain't gonna have special privileges in being a church or whatever, tax free.
And I think by the time the CHIP comes out, and could be this year, made mandatory. However, IUIC is going to be already disbanded, or they're going to be disbanded as soon as they make that CHIP mandatory, man. Because
Nate probably already got one.
his congregation are a bunch of zombies, man. So when Trump makes that announcement saying you got to get this digital ID by so and so date, otherwise you're off the grid, his thing's going to be they're going to end up like the ICGJC.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everyone's just going to,
Smite the shepherd.
yeah, just like sheep going to scatter basically, run into hiding and all that. And the IUIC is through, man. You've been warned so many times, man, but it's coming down to the wire. What are you gonna do, man, when the MOT to the B is actually made mandatory? What are you guys gonna do?
It's like a lot of these things in this world, right? IUIC, as far as like camps go, they're well known and profitable, right? They've been exalted among Hebrew Israelites, let's put it that way, right? But then, like the same way you go up, the further you have to come down, right? And all these places are like the house built upon sound. The great is the fall of that house, because you don't build on your Hawashai, you build on Christ.
They don't push the name.
So it's gonna be a great fall in these houses, man.
Your Hawashai is not your rock because you don't even
That's
push
it.
the name.
That's right.
You're coming in the name of Jesus, man. The other white meat, man. Another Messiah. Scripture talk about it coming in the name of another Messiah.
Yeah.
It's a curse onto you, basically. So you're pushing Serapis Christus and Eos, Christos and all that. You ain't pushing your Hawashai, man. Those are two different entities you're pushing right there.
Yep. This is one of the points that was made. Matthew 6 and 2. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound the trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto
they
you,
do things to be seen of men, man. Giving alms is a good thing, but if you're doing it in the midst of men to be shown that, oh yeah, this guy's charitable, like to say he's the only guy that gives to the congregation. You're not doing it out of the sincerity of your heart. Just like the IUIC, they do things not out of the sincerity of their heart for the truth. They do it to be seen of men and to magnify their own selves instead of the Lord.
It's the same as praying out in the open,
Yeah, like the
right? You
Muslims.
do it because you want to seem more holier than everybody else, right? And people, he's really devout because he's out in the streets bowing down and praying. It's the same. It's public displays. You want public displays. That's why you go out marching, right? You want to be seen, because he said you want to be seen in the community.
Yeah.
The Baal Barith spirit, right? You want to be seen of people. You want the respect. You want to bring in followers through those things, rather than the word.
It's like, and I was going to say, plus probably one of the things that they can then tick off and say, look, this is how we were in the community doing stuff, right? Because as part of that program, they have obligations, you know, as
Yeah,
part of
they
that
want to be seen like this,
501c3,
that they have a standing army. But when you're gonna do an Esau sends the martial law
the actual army.
into the ghettos where your congregation, is, you niggas ain't gonna be marching in the streets
Mhm.
on that day.
You're gonna get rounded up and put in these concentration camps that have been set up around America.
Exactly, man.
You know, all these like disused facilities, all these facilities that can be used for any type of purpose, really. You know, a lot of that stuff was going on during COVID. You know, these facilities being put up.
With Excel Center and
Cell
stuff.
center. Yeah.
You're gonna get grabbed up. You and your purple garments are gonna end up.
Even these tent cities that you know along the Mexican border right now that they're popping up, they can use those.
Well, like disuse, because there's not going to be any industry in that time. All of those factory, that's low, especially when you look at like the way the shape of it, like a factory or something or a warehouse. It's just flat and open. You just put some things in there.
Yeah.
People
Put
can
some walls up.
Yeah.
There's an open prison.
Yeah, like have you seen the inside of IKEA? As in the one that was that got turned into a nightclub,
Yes, Tottenham. Yeah.
the Tottenham one. But basically, when you see it in the construction, like when it's like bare empty, you see you could fit bare people in there.
Of course.
You know, I mean, it's a 15,000.
Well, Trump just opened up Guantanamo Bay for
Exactly.
Illegal immigrants, right?
Prisoners.
30,000.
You know,
Prisoners.
because apparently there was only 15 guys that did from the whole terrorist era. So they got rid of them somehow. You know, prisoner swaps and all that kind of shit.
We've also got. They also said in El Salvador they'll take them down there as well.
Yeah.
They'll take any illegals down there.
So-
Migrants.
So why is it they're starting to do all this now? Why is everybody just opening up all of a sudden? Because Trump's twisting people's arms. Like, he's that great of a man. He can twist everybody's arm and everyone just opens up and say, "Yo, we'll take some of these guys." Or you're going to take some of these guys. Come on, man.
Also,
Convenient enough, isn't it?
a lot of countries now are talking about basically putting immigrants in camps. Even the EU, certain places in the EU, they're saying it. So it's and when you see the pictures, it's pictures of it may be like cushion that or ham, but these people don't know the difference. They're just seeing black people in Europe, and they're seeing the so-called Latin-looking people in the Americas being put into these camps. They're telling you with those actions and with that imagery what they're about to do.
Let's get Revelation 2 and 10.
Because there's nothing stopping, like, you know, you might say, oh, American Constitution and laws and, you know, all these kind of things here, but like, remember when they were hunting man ISIS down in it, right? And there was an American among them, right? And they just blew him up, right? He was meant to be tried as an American, right? He weren't tried, he got blown up, right? They just took him out, right? And that was against, you know, their constitutions and that type of shit, right? So there's nothing, especially in time of martial law, things like that, when these things don't matter. You might say, oh yeah, but it's just for illegals right now.
Yeah.
That can change at any time. Anytime they want to put someone else in there, they can. You know, they might even revoke your citizenship, and then you become an illegal. You know, they could do that too. Oh, you're not really American. You're extremist and this and that. We're gonna revoke this and that. They can do that.
Look at Windrush, the Windrush generation.
Yeah. So these things are not strange. You might think it's unlikely, but it's not impossible to do. They've done it before.
I was going to say as well, because even during the lockdowns,
Yeah.
you know, they made everybody get those shots.
Mhm.
You know, people didn't think that, you know, that they had a choice. People saying, "Oh, my body, my choice," but it wasn't their choice.
Yeah, you was getting locked in, man. You couldn't leave the country unless you could, you know, you could verify the fact that you had it done.
That just shows you that you ain't got no rights. You got privilege.
That's it. And the same thing's gonna be with the MOTV when it comes, man. You know, you're gonna need verification because they're gonna need to identify you, right? And that's how they're gonna verify you because they're gonna scan your CHIP.
Let's get these scriptures over. Yeah, Revelation 2 and 10.
Bro's good.
Revelation 2 and 10.
16, 68.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
So who's the devil talking about there? It's not talking about a spiritual being. It's talking about a physical man. Even in etymology, you look up the word there. It's talking about actual physical man that's living on the earth, known as the Edomites. And the top devil in America right now is who? Nero 2.0, aka DJ Trump. He's going to be the last Trump when the seventh trumpet is blown, which is talk about the nuclear missiles, man. He's going to lead America down that road to perdition, which is destruction, man. That nuclear fire. But before that happens, he's going to put a lot of you jakes. And he already said it before he was put into office, and he signed the executive orders. He's going to put a lot of you jakes in them prisons. He's already doing it now with the ICE raids and all of that. but apparently some of them are getting released. But things are going to get so bad because even Elder Amawang Gabar with GMS NY just put out the video of people panic buying all the eggs in the stores.
Yeah.
I just did a sit down on that because the eggs and yeah. So people are panic buying because of the eggs and dairy products, just going crazy. In 10 minutes, all the shelves was empty. And it tells you what in the second half of 6 and 22, that the storehouses are going to, the full storehouses are going to be empty. We're coming into that time, man. Famine, great destruction upon the earth. So Trump is going to put so many jakes in that prison system. Like America's just going to become an open prison itself.
But this is what I was saying. It's
Prison
funny.
planet.
It's funny and convenient the fact that like these prisons have been known to be like overfull for ages,
Oh,
now,
Yeah.
right?
But now
But now they're finding all these spaces.
Yeah, because they got them FEMA camps. Them FEMA camps
know?
ain't been used.
Trump just comes into power. Next thing that you can put 30,000 people here, you can put this many people here. El Salvador's going to take these people.
Yeah,
It's just funny how things are just opening up now. We're heading into this time soon, man.
because all them camps have been laid dormant for so many years since like Obama's time. So the DHS and all of that, all them hollow tip point bullets.
That's it. It's all
They
been in
got all that-
preparation.
all that
It's all
storage.
refurbished.
So all that storage is there, and it's if someone wants to get Ezekiel 21 and 9, it's there waiting. But finish that.
That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
So even certain men out of the camps are going to get hemmed up. Not saying they're going to get, put to death like the 2/3, but you're going to be in certain men that might be in certain circumstances where the Esau will come knocking on your door and you might get arrested. They did it to the Lord, they did it to the disciples, they arrested them. Peter and them was in jail, and then they got broken up by the angel. Even our Lord and Savior Yahushua was arrested, by the wicked scribes and Pharisees and brought to the Romans and all that. Pontius Pilate and that. So we're not exempt. The scripture says that what was it called? The servant's not greater than the master. So if all these things happen to the Lord said these things are gonna happen to us in the last days. So we have to be prepared for it. And Trump is he's already bringing back the death penalty. He said, I think he even said that last week, he's gonna bring back the death penalty as well. For those migrants that are gonna be that he wants to send to Guantanamo Bay, and the ones that want to send to El Salvador because they're taking them prisoners down there. He said he's going to bring back the death penalty for them gangsters and all that. And then they've been doing all these gang raids as well.
Yeah.
Looking up gangs and all that, and Brooklyn and all that. The rest of the big gang over there. Then you got all these niggas still pushing, like Jim Jones and that, pushing Bloods and Crips and shit. Man, they're all 50 years old, talking about wearing red blood. Because he's part of the agenda as well. He's there as a ruse to push Jake to be dysfunctional and be degenerate, man. To get these youngsters to be into that gang lifestyle and get arrested and do dumb shit.
And another thing that's happened as well, right? They're sending all these ammunitions and weapons to Ukraine right now, right? Half of them not even staying in Ukraine, right? And this Esau's dodgy dealings is supplying arms around the world, right? And it's going back to, supposedly back to these Mexico gangs and that kind of stuff, trying to cross the border and shit, right? They're fueling the need for this crackdown. They're fueling this need for the crackdown, because they're so fucking dangerous. But you're the one arming them, Esau is a sick devil, man.
He knows he needs the chaos, so he needs to enable the chaos. So he's got to, basically fund it. He's got to fund his own war. That's what Esau does. He funds his own war.
He's the Lord of war. He's the Lord of war, man. All he wants is instability and chaos. So that's what he's providing.
And then he comes with the order.
Yeah.
Order of chaos, man. Again, his direct. Got sick of it. Yeah. You finished that one? Oh.
Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Like brothers talk about, it's going to be a time of testing, the trial of man. So the Lord said 2 parts therein are going to be cut off and died. But the third part is going to bring through the fire, man. Because they're going to be tried and tested. It's not to destroy us, but we, this whole being us being in this truth is not just going to be a walk in the park. This is why we go through the hell, the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs in this truth. Where the Lord's preparing you. Yeah, he's preparing you. The word patience what means what to suffer. So the Lord's preparing you for what's to come. And basically that trial, the ultimate trial is going to be when the hour of temptation comes. Because it's not going to be an easy thing to just say, no, I'm not going to take the sea hit. And you see other people eating in front of you. Yeah. You got to have mad faith to be like, fuck it, then I'm just not going to eat. Yeah, other people are eating plates of food in front of your face. Not necessarily in front of you, but
in front of you.
yeah, not necessarily in front of you, but you're going to see people going around shopping and all that,
Living life.
living life,
Like them men
and you're
during-
not going to
during
be able
COVID.
to get anything.
I got mine done.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
all that shit.
And then you're going to be on the
That's
run as
awesome.
well. And then on top of that, you're going to be on the run
Just trying to make
from
sure
the authorities.
That's insane. Yeah.
Authorities going to be
Real
chasing you down, so you're going to be out of energy, no
Yeah,
food in
yeah.
you, no nutrients in your body,
Yeah.
and you just got to eat it. You just
Yeah.
got like, I'm just going to believe in the Lord, let the Lord do, trust in the Lord, basically.
That's right.
Let the Lord take care of me, and the Lord will, because that's when the Lord's going to have to open up and show His miracles,
That's right.
like He did in times past with Habakkuk and you know those men, Daniel back then and all that. He fed his men. He did with Elijah. He didn't leave them to die in the wilderness and all that. When it's time to get fed, they was getting fed.
Yeah, with our backs against the wall, man.
Even the Lord fed 5,000 wicked ass jakes with fishes and bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
It's time
yeah.
to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the manna came from heaven, all of that in Egypt. So the Lord is going to come through for His men. But that's going to be a part of that trial, man.
Yep.
To test your will, not our will, but to test it if you got the faith to go all out. Are you willing to die for the Lord if you have to?
Yeah.
If it comes to it. That's what it comes down to. So that's why it said, "He that's faithful unto death shall receive that crown, man."
Mhm.
And that's an incorruptible crown that no one can take from you.
Yeah.
Only you can claim, and you're going to be exalted from that day on, because it's going to be known who am I chosen. We're going to read that anyway.
Just a quick thing. Zephaniah 3:17. The Lord Yahweh thy God is in the midst of thee. Sorry, the Lord Yahweh thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save, he will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing.
Do you believe in that? Do you believe the Lord is mighty? Do you believe the Lord can deliver you out of times of trouble, right? From the perils?
Yeah.
Because a lot of you Israelite kind of are behaving like you can't, but you won't. You know?
But
You're
you
making
guys see
contingency
acting like,
plans.
are you guys see acting like they've been saved already? That's why you guys ain't ready for what's coming, man. When all hell breaks loose, you guys are gonna be scattering like mice, man. Because then you're gonna be scratching your head like, I thought Jacob's trouble was over with and all that.
Why are you
What-
suffering?
What's going on, Nate? I thought you said to save the chip and all that. You guys are gonna be looking stupid as hell, man.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna try and run to the elders. The elders gonna be like, nah, man. Go to the sellers and buy it,
Yeah.
man.
The unwise virgins, isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 5 that are wise and 5 that are foolish. That's
right.
Because you guys are on that zombie spell, man. I'm trying to tell you need the name. You guys are refusing to call upon the name.
Yeah.
You guys are on the zombie spell, man. That's some straight bewitchment, man.
Cornerstone of your faith, you don't have it.
Yeah, you don't. So how you gonna be saved? Who's coming to save you then? Who you gonna call upon when all hell breaks loose? If you don't call upon Yahweh Shem Yahushai, He's not gonna hear your cries, man. So you'll be calling on Jesus, Jesus like the white man and all that. Who do you think's gonna come and save you? You won't end up like that old black lady that was saying in the name of Jesus, she got shot in the head, man.
Or even the Lord said, many shall say, Lord, Lord.
Yeah,
So you're going to have people, they knew the name all along, but they didn't want to call on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Lord's not dealing with them.
Yeah.
Like them vagabond Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had the
gonna be-
name too.
You're going to be afraid in that time, man. You're going to fear in that time.
Yeah.
It's not a game, man. What the apostles have been telling you, it's not a game. You see what Elon Musk and all these guys are getting ready to do.
Yep.
Doge and all this digital shit,
Yeah.
digital that. Like everything's coming into fruition now, man.
Yeah.
We ain't got too much longer left before Esau actually says, you know, you gotta get this digital ID, otherwise or else.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna come to that.
Yeah.
Literally. It's gonna be declared round of war.
Because
Before wins.
you got Trump and Elon moving quickly, man.
Oh,
They're getting a lot of shit done right now. You know, it's kind of scary.
fast.
You know what they remind me? Remind me of fucking Jeremy and the SS troops, man.
Yeah.
Man, are just going through
Bro.
shit, going knocking on doors. You know what I mean? Just,
Yeah.
you know, deporting, man, doing what they need to do, man.
Yeah.
Man are getting, you know, departments are getting axed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just going in.
Yeah, well, listen, I was gonna say even so my point to I was making Trump was straight up saying he was gonna send the army to Mexico. He was like, yo, the cartel, listen, you ain't no force for the American army. Yeah, that's the truth, bro. The American troops
No,
will
don't
take
wipe
you
it
out.
out.
Literally, in a matter of a day, they'll take the whole cartel out. But that just shows they're getting ready to utilize that force on Jacobs the whole.
Well, he's still bearing his teeth. You know, speaking like a dragon.
This is Ezekiel chapter 21 and
I'll start from 9, man.
verse 9.
Yeah.
Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Right? He's still been preparing for this for a long time, man. I know, you know, years. My brothers have seen all the, you know, different types of things, man. Jade Helm, you know, we've gone into all that before. It's been a long time, man. You know, but everything is there to be used when ready. Right? So you might be sitting there, just like the nukes. Nukes have been there for ages, man, but they've been, you know, kept for a time. Prophecy's here for a time when that purpose, when that time comes. So Esau's ready to unleash all these things at once. So when he does it, it's gonna be quick because he has it all there,
Yeah.
all there ready.
Yeah, man.
You know,
The infrastructure's there. The digital infrastructure's already there. You
it's
don't
not,
need
it's
to
not gonna
say,
be a problem. It's not gonna be a conundrum. Like, how are we gonna do this? Well, it's already here. And so when they execute the order, with the 66 with Star Wars, yeah, something there. When they execute the order, they're just ready to go. Everything's in place, ready to happen.
Yeah, literally.
You know?
66.
What's
It
proof
was
of
all
that?
66.
Yeah.
What's proof of that? That the system's already in place. Sweden. They've already had that since even the vid and all that. Since the vid has been on the scene, Sweden's already been gone digital. Don't use cash over there. It's totally cashless. They're already running around with a sea hip in their arms. And all that. So they're going to do that around the 4 inch.
They just
China's
got-
next as well.
Yeah, they just got to fix everywhere else up. That's the way,
Estonia.
you know.
Yeah.
But the
Switzerland probably.
the need to move quickly is evident, right? All these they're meeting up in Davos, right? Well, not right now, but they're meeting up in Davos and they're talking about all this technology, AI, all this kind of stuff. AI is going to be a big thing this year, massive thing.
Lots of layoffs income.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100. Oh,
you know, and that's Esau's angels to run his system.
Mhm.
You know, because Esau, he's tired of running you fucking animals. He's got to let the AI just do it.
yeah, literally.
You know,
That's what they're talking about. Countries are putting themselves in debt, bro. Like literally, even more. So
yeah.
Because they're investing in that.
Let's get this technology up and running.
technology up and running. Yeah.
Because it's so many issues, man.
Yeah.
In quotes.
People-
To their
People is a
eyes.
problem.
Yeah.
You know, they're inefficient, they're lazy. You know, they're resource intense or heavy. AI is simple.
It's funny because, like, I work corporate and I'll be hearing how people talk, especially here in the West. People are lazy, man.
Yeah.
That's why nothing gets done. And everyone knows that the longer you take, the more you get paid, especially in these government contracts, which is why you have Doge. I remember there was one meeting, when the Senate hearing type thing, and one of the senators was like, it was like nails or something like that, screws, and they're like £5. I was like, but when the US Army's buying it, it's like $50.
Yeah.
And it was like, why is this happening? But as brothers are going into, right, these things are all done on purpose to come for this solution. Like, for instance, talking about these gangsters and stuff like that. When you think about the fact that these guys are given record deals, like, what was it, King Von and them, right? These men have been killing people and shit like that, and they get allowed to do these things.
They use the money to do an interstate murder. Like they literally boarded private jets and flew to another state and killed a man. Literally.
But these times you touch someone, which don't be touching them. You touch someone 20 years ago, and then they don't want to associate themselves with you. Yet these men can be straight up murderers and get funded. It's because Esau's doing these things on purpose. Scriptures refer to him as the accuser of our brethren, man.
Yeah, well, they had that covenant of death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have some sort of agreements with Esau to do certain things, to be, given certain things in return for, for services, right? And so they're allowed to get away with certain shit, until such time comes to its end,
Not too long ago as well. Jakes were getting happy that they were releasing like rappers.
Yeah.
Like Trump and but that show you that they're all
Like, what these rappers,
You pardon Kodak or something like that.
what these rappers done for our people? Fuck all, man.
Yeah,
You know,
these niggas are going crazy over the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Kendrick Lamar, like he's the savior, because he wants 40 acres in the moon and all that. But that's some old news, man.
Yeah, man.
And he's just a nigga anyway in the industry. Man. He's just a puppet used by the wicked elite to keep Jake fucking bemused and entertained with bread and circuses, man. That's what the Super Bowl is, bread and circuses. Halftime show and all that. But while that's going on, Esau's behind the scenes. The real shit's going on behind the scenes, where they're setting up wars. They're sanctioning other countries. There's trade wars going on right now with tariffs. That's the real news that's going on. Not no fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, things that really gonna affect your life.
Yeah. But that's what Jake's more concerned about, because it looks like he's standing up for black rights and all that. Whatever, man.
Fuck something.
You niggas is crazy, man. Kendrick Lamar is going to be put to death, man. He's a false prophet, man. He's not the Messiah. He made mockery of the Lord, putting a crucifix on his head and all of that. Crown of thorns on his head, slack.
He's exalting the woman as well, or some shit, like doing some mad shit.
He pushes LGBT and all that.
Yeah,
know?
but his uncle and that, isn't it?
Yeah, his
Something like that.
uncle was
Something
a
like that.
trans,
Yeah.
you know.
These-
He came into the truth, then he fell out.
These are all just lost souls, man.
They lost niggas,
You know,
man.
Kanye's fucking bugged
They
out. Damn,
bug
man.
out.
He got his woman naked, at, you know,
Yeah.
at the fucking wherever that fucking dude was.
And apparently now she's divorcing him.
Good, they're fucking
No.
crazy. All of them fucking crazy, man. All demons.
Kodak was on the floor eating
Yeah.
chicken on the floor, lying on the floor like a crackhead, eating chicken.
Yeah.
Now these guys are bugged out, and he knows about this truth. He was saying, "I'm an Israelite, I'm an Israelite," a couple of years back. Now look at him, man. He's cracked out eating chicken on the floor. You know? These guys are nuts, man. But this is why the Lord said that covenant of death is going to be disannulled. These niggas are going to get put to. Most of them niggas are either going to get put in concentration camps, or they're just going to end up dead somewhere, man. Yeah, you're going to finish. You finish that, innit?
Verse 10 says, "It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It
Yeah.
can
So should we then make mirth? Should we in the spirit of, bread and circus, or should we get serious out here? Because things are gonna, prices are gonna start skyrocketing. It's gonna show, as we just mentioned about the storehouses being empty. Famine is coming. Your taxes and everything's gonna start skyrocketing because of these new tariffs and trade wars that's going on. China's taken a, what was it, 1,400 something billion is it tariff something on America, tariff on American goods. It was 143 billion or something, or 40 billion, something to that nature. Sort of figured out the day. In retaliation to what Trump did to them.
And Trump's just said as well this week, it's like basically you tariff us, we'll reciprocate those
Yeah,
tariffs.
it's a reciprocal
You know.
tariff, and it's in the billions.
Tariff wars.
Hundreds of billions.
Yeah.
It's called trade wars.
Yeah.
That's what they're calling it. And what did trade wars lead to? World war, man.
And that will fuck up
Poverty.
Yeah, it leads to world war. Every time there's been a world war, it's basically based upon trade, man.
Yeah.
Trade deals that have gone bad.
You know what the trade thing as well? When America imposes tariffs on these other countries that got relations with Britain, it fucks shit up for JK also, because then if that country's unstable, it fucks up like their financial ability to manage trade relations with us. So it fucks everything up inadvertently. Indirectly.
Yeah, and all these countries in fucking debt. If these men can't, if money's getting fucked up like that, man, that means they're unable to pay their debts properly, man. You know,
Public services are getting cut. You know.
Yeah, man.
That's why Trump said he's cutting your welfare and all that, man.
Yeah.
He's trying to make all these cuts and all that.
Esau's bringing the world down to its knees, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Comforts are going.
Well, even here in the UK, Croydon Council just announced bankruptcy, literally like 2 weeks ago. And they're talking, like, if I could say as well, like, even all the laws they passed to make people feel like this is a civilized society, they bypass them when they got emergency measures. Like, because councils shouldn't be able to put your council tax up by more than 5%. They got to put out letters to the residents and ask for permission and tell them basically there's an emergency reason. But then they can also bypass that and go straight to the government, which is what they're doing. That's why council tax is going up 25% in some cases.
And then council tax, when you look at it, it's hella unfair. In just the way it is, it's all based on what your council spends on like local services. So like that's why Westminster's the cheapest in the country. But these are the people that should, in theory, be providing more, right? But because Westminster is a rich county, they don't need public services in the same way, so they don't pay anything basically.
the man got private and
Yeah.
all kinds of things. They don't pay. You know, but as a rich kid, you know, as the upper class or the rich, they pay less of everything, man.
Mhm.
So, and they're able to make more money than everybody else. So it is always unfair.
Yeah. So use the tariffs and all this going to affect more. The lowly, man, the poor. They're the ones that are going to have to pay this increased tax. The inflated prices. It's going to lead to hyperinflation. They're the ones that's going to suffer. It's not the rich, but the upper class and all that Trump and them. They're going to be good.
You know, it might mean for someone they go on one less holiday. That's it. They ain't gonna worry about whether they're gonna get the house or buy food. They ain't gonna worry about those type of issues, man. You know?
Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
All right, so we're still in captivity, right? All this, we are, in the new covenant thing, we're still in captivity. For a reproach and a curse. We're still under the curses. We're still having to suffer these things that are happening on the earth right now.
Yeah.
As much as we're in the truth, we're gonna suffer as things are going on. Because everyone's gonna be affected by this, right? What?
and to be subject to payments.
subject to payments. Like we ain't got no control over how much we get taxed.
No.
If we was in the new covenant, we'd be able to control that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'd be able to control tariffs and taxes and all these types of things because we'd be in power, right? Guess what? We're not in power. So we're subject, right?
And it's like, but say it shows you how wicked this man is. Because when you think about it, the Lord asked for 10%.
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah, it's a light thing compared to what's
Esau's
what's going on
asking.
now.
I think 42% of his base.
Yeah,
It's mad.
Yeah, bro. And to be subject to
double
payments.
double taxes, triple taxes on shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What they don't even tell you, your job is the national insurance your employer got to pay. Because if your employer didn't have to pay for you as a slave, your salary would be higher by about 10, back then 13%, but now 15%. Because when they employ you, they have to apportion the budget to the government tax they got to pay on before they even pay you. Guys. And to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God, with Yahweh our God. You know?
Yeah, so this is thick play. It's part of that thick play, that heavy laden debt that America's accumulated. Look at the national debt of America, man, into the trillions, man. That's never going to get paid off. And that's because of years and years of abuse of their monetary system, man. Overinflated prices.
That's why Elon's looking to cut everything, isn't it?
And overprinting that paper money that has that holds no intrinsic value. That holds no intrinsic value, man. That's why it's worth nothing. Those paper dollars. And America's like a sinking ship, man. You know, it's going to implode on itself very soon. These tariffs and all that trade wars, that's not going to help America. That's going to lead America more down the shitstorm that it's going down, man. That's what's going to happen.
America's not going to get saved.
Yeah, but Trump is not making America great again.
He's here to bring in the transformation of America.
Yeah, he's leading it more and more down the path of destruction. It's just that people can't see it on a bigger scale. They're thinking, oh yeah, he's making all these changes, but not for the good, right? Not for your benefit. It's to basically destroy the economy.
Back and forth. Because for him to save the economy, which he won't do, the only way to do that is to axe the taxes on the working man and then tax the ultra rich, which is the people
He's
he's
never
working
going to do that.
He's never going to do that. But one thing they never talk about here is taxes on assets, because wealthy people don't earn money from income; they earn money from assets and appreciation of them assets. So when you got to give up your house for foreclosure and Rishi Sunak and them kind of man come buy your shit up, they're not working for that, so they don't get taxed 10% national insurance and that and 20% income tax, because it's just an asset that's generating the money, man, and they've got legal ways to get around the tax.
They get low cost loans and all kinds of shit. So these man can buy what the fuck they want to buy. You know, they rarely ever use their own money.
Yeah, that's why Scripture says to trust an uncertain rich. Yeah. This money is it's in the iniquity of their traffic. It's about Ezekiel 28. Someone wants to read that, Ezekiel 28, 18, and then read what you're reading.
Just real quick. This is the book of Haggai 1
James as well. James 5:1. That was peace.
Haggai 1:6. You have so much and bring in little. You eat, but you have not enough. You drink, but you're not filled with drink.
That's struggling right there. Jake is always struggling. No matter how well Jake's doing, Jake's always struggling. But again, that's the effects of the curses. You're not here to prosper, right? We're here to be made taken advantage of. Right? We know Esau owns this world. We know he owns us. Right? We're nothing but numbers, slaves in his system. He makes the profit out of our work. Right? He makes the main bulk of anything that we do. Right? Like I said, if we was on the new covenant, that wouldn't be the case. So we're always struggling because we always get the shit end of the stick.
And this man has got the resources, man. And the company I work for here, they announced it's out of the blue. They were just gonna give 90,000 colleagues £500 in shares for free, £45 million, just like. And if they could do that, afford to do that just on a whim, the kind of money man are making. Just throw it away at 45 M's, like, yeah, hold that. It's not it's
Yeah, they probably give it away because it violates some sort of thing. Everyone's done that.
Yeah. Oh, well, switches talk about that, man. If you
do throw
good,
it, you're not willing.
yeah, there'll be something to that. It'll be a tax. It evades a tax obligation. Surely.
45 M's. Just like,
If it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Literally nowhere. We're still generous for your hard work.
Yeah, this is the same man that cannot be satisfied.
Yeah.
So he never does anything for good, and that's one of the things Jake is going to find out the hard way. All of this, like giving as the brother was going into, right? All of this giving welfare and stuff. It was all for this day.
The
Yeah.
trap, the trap.
It was a trap. Because you get a lot of it. Was I was saying, speaking to you about brother earlier on before we turned on the camera and that, right? Is basically these comforts are all getting ready to be taken away, right? And he has basically let people get used to these comforts, and then is in these last days going to make it harder to maneuver. And who's going to be hurt who's going to be hurt the most in all of this is these women, man.
Yeah.
Right. When you look at the CV, what did they say? The majority of jobs lost were jobs that women would do.
Yeah.
Okay. When I was saying when I was on my way to work, the carriage was just full of women.
Yeah.
You know, so basically he's getting ready to just make it painful out here, man. At least the man here we can count.
And I say, and they put it out there in plain view for you to see, right? Because I say you got the WF working on the fact that you're gonna own nothing. So they're gonna take everything away from you, man, and they're gonna provide for you. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, all this works in conjunction with all this mark of the beast technology, the AI, the digital currency, the CBDCs, right?
Yeah.
The universal basic income. That's all coming together, man. To really put you in this fucking cage that he sort of constructed so intently, you know.
Someone got this Ezekiel 28. Go ahead, go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 28, start from verse 4. It says, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
Yeah,
And
who's that talking about? That's talking about the wicked elite. And that the wisdom is talking about the light that was given into them. That's why they call themselves illuminated. Yeah. Job, the 18th chapter, talks about the light of the wicked being put out. That's talking about their wisdom getting put down, man. The scepter of the wicked being broken. And it's now their end. And the Lord's going to take that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding he gave them. And he's basically going to rebuke that power from them, man. Relinquish that power. So I say, go ahead.
And with thine understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
Yeah, who owns all the gold, bullion, and all that? You know, in America, worldwide, the rich elite, the banking elite, man. They're the ones that own all the occupy with the gold, bullion, and all that, all these different vaults and all that around the world. Bank of England and all that. They're the ones that control all that, man. You know, and they got that by evil deceit. You know, wicked intentions, man. Conniving at the monetary system, their fake FRN note system that they got, you know, people killing each other for the American dollar, man.
Well, check this, right? Their gold in their vaults is appreciating, right? But the dollar's in your pocket or the pound in your pocket is being depreciated. It's depreciating, you know.
Because it doesn't have
Losing
any
value.
value. No intrinsic value in there.
Yeah.
Real money, like told you in the scriptures, is gold. Commodities like gold, silver, cattle, the land. You know, people are even fucking a symbol of riches, man. Rather than the American dollar.
Which these things the average person can't own or don't own. They don't own land, cattle, or gold, or anything like that. This is FRN. This is a debt-based society.
That's what,
You know.
The people have, been deceived into believing that American dollar actually means something.
Yeah.
But when it implodes on itself, like that's when they're gonna get that. That's when they're gonna find out the truth.
I'm surprised, you know, when the America took the dollar off the gold standard, man. I'm surprised shit didn't go down then, you know.
I was
you
back
know?
there in the 30s.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't born right then, but you know, hearing about it, I'm surprised like shit didn't go down. You know, the people were in uproar. I mean, they were complaining, no doubt, but nothing really happened. Everyone just got on with it, like it wasn't a big deal, major deal, man.
You still probably got rid of the rebels. Silenced the rebels.
So they just trusted in America.
It says, and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
Yeah, that's why scriptures say what he's wiser than Daniel. You know? He's very proud, man. You know, see all the statements that Trump's making, man. And Trump's not a politician; he's a businessman. And that's how businessmen think. The way he goes on, that's how business. They're very shrewd, you know.
Stubborn, proud.
Stubborn, proud, you know, cunning and all that. Very divisive.
And he knows any deal that he can't make, he can force.
Yeah.
Ultimately, he can force. He's got the American military to force things.
And they never take accountability for, you know, when for failure. anything fails, they don't take accountability. They blame it on someone else.
Uh-huh.
And that's what Trump is doing, man. And he's gonna blame the downfall of America on you tribes, man. He's not gonna take the blame for the economy falling apart. That's why he's saying the migrants and all that. That's the first thing he's saying during the elections. Look what Kamala did. She opened the gates. All these migrants are in there, millions of migrants. Now America's economy is fucked. He's blaming it on America, the American people, instead of the government that enforced it in the first place.
And it's like some of the policies they were enacting were just stupid, but purposely stupid. Like just like putting people in like high-end hotels. Like what? Like what are you doing?
Yeah.
Of course that's gonna inflame rate.
Anyone? Jump down to the 18th verse.
I mean, they could have had man from China come build them box houses, man.
Yeah.
Just put them in that.
Yeah, in a day, bro.
In like 9 days.
Yeah,
Build a whole
What?
town.
Look what they did during the CV. They were building hospitals like nothing during
Yeah.
the CV.
The makeshift hospital.
Yeah, I mean, because really, they say what there's 800,000 homeless in the US. So that's what. Let's say we got one tower block that holds 1,000 people. That's like 800. That's like they can do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they make it seem like they haven't got the capabilities to do that. You know, when they're told, what did Trump just say? In fact, Trump just said they're gonna rebuild Gaza, right? so they can build.
no, no, but they say it's expensive. That's what they issue
Hotels.
money. Yeah.
That's what he said.
The jokers.
Hotels get loaded up. It's
Yeah,
like,
like,
bro,
you go build it up.
They're gonna build, and those they're gonna build, but you got to slow it down.
Verse 6, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashmi Habashai, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom.
So how is Esau trying to be like the Most High? Through this technology, the AI, the artificial intelligence, man. Now he's turning AI into a god. He's even trying to come up with AI Bibles. Everything's going to be robotic. Transhumanism, cyborg this and cyborg that. That's why, and then he wants to turn people into cyborgs, cybernetic organisms like the Terminator. That's what he wants to do right now. That's why he wants to stick chips in it. But that's how he's trying to declare himself as the Most High on earth. But the Most High is the one that controls man. Man's thoughts and man's not goings of the Lord. But Esau wants to be able to do the same thing the Most High does, but through his science and technology, man, to control you, control your mind. You're going to do that biometric device.
You got the Klaus Schwab in one of these, these World Forum meetings or whatever, right? Talking about, wouldn't it be good if I could know how you're feeling, read your mind, kind of thing. Be inside. No, it wouldn't be good. But like these are the type of powers Esau wants to give himself, and he can only do that through his technology. So you need brain chips and all these types of things, so that Esau can suss you out. It's like we've watched Minority Report and things like this. Predict this and predict. They see things, and that's what Esau wants. He wants to become a god, and this is the way he does things because he's not a spiritual man. That's right.
And then he even said, St. Klaus Schwab, he said in another statement, he said, regarding people with disabilities, he wants to give them superpowers using the AI, which is what? That C-hit, man. Advanced technology.
It's an upgrade.
Yeah, upgrade, basically. STEM.
Yeah.
It says,
And they keep talking about CRISPR, the genetic modifying and shit like that. They're looking to make people, not people, themselves, superhuman and all these types of things.
To live longer and all that.
Yeah. Because it's really to only those that can afford it, really. Yeah. You get the test dummies, of course, they'll get things done. Like Neuralink right now, man are getting brain chips or whatever. But it's test dummies. Yeah. Make sure they don't fuck them up.
he's really trying to artificial engineer eternal life.
Yeah.
Really trying to get back that birthright.
Trying to cradle himself for the civilization.
The so-called fountain of youth.
They've been trying to search for that, man. That hidden with that, they think they can get through, the hidden wisdom that, Lord, on the left hand side. Yeah, on the left hand side through Satan, but
God gene and stuff like that.
the God gene. That's why they talk about the eugenics and all that, the good genes.
Yeah.
But that's only licensed to the children of Israel, man. We're the only ones that's gonna get the immortal life and all that stuff. Man.
Yeah.
These devils can never do it. Don't matter what type of technology they got.
Yeah.
CERN and all that, opening portals and all that. It don't matter, man. Who you talking to on the other side? They can't help you, man. They're lying to you.
Yahushua got the keys,
man.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yahushua got the keys. Ain't no
Keys
need
of
for
life
that.
and death.
That's
Yeah.
it. You know, and if you ain't dealing with Yahushua, you ain't gonna find that out.
Yeah.
You know?
He says, the terrible of the nations, they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom. They shall defile thy brightness.
And that's ultimately what's getting ready to happen because Esau's got that so much pride. He doesn't see his way. Big shit, man. Where the other nations, like we got into a minute ago, with now you got Trump boasting so trying to sanction the EU members. He wants to put sanctions on EU, NATO. It don't make sense, man. How are you going to sanction your own allies? That's why they're looking at him crazy right now. This guy's crazy. They're going to have to shoot him. Now we can see why the 10 horns are going to hate the whore, like it told you in Revelation 17, and they're going to burn that bitch with fire. Now we can actually see why. Because this guy Trump is doing too much, man.
America's fucked Germany up, man. And that's the thing. Goes to show you that it's the two sides, which is in Revelation 13:11. It's the two sides of the same beast, right? Because when they're cutting off access to Russia, right? Basically now Germany is a manufacturing powerhouse, but now their energy prices have just increased. And what did Russia do? Russia's still going to sell their gas. So Russia just sold it to China. And then China was just getting the cheap gas. So now it basically made Germany's rival stronger and Germany even weaker.
I just read something about Germany today saying they're gonna retaliate against America. And Zelensky said that basically they need to get an army, European army to fight against Germany because of this attack that they're going to do against America.
Well, this is the thing. Tensions have been getting higher and higher between Esau's kingdom.
That's the 10 toes, isn't it?
Yeah,
So it's
right.
five that are strong, five that are weak.
Because even during the COVID era, man, Germany wasn't really feeling it, man, because they knew going to shoot themselves in the foot, essentially, right? And they didn't really want to do that, cut off trade with Russia, but they were made to, because it's the whore, right? The whore leads the beast. He tells it what to do,
And it's like when they proved that it was a sabotage of Nord Stream 2.
Yeah.
Remember what happened the exact same day? The WHO declared the monkeypox a national emergency, right? And just to show you how these guys move, how these guys operate, they'll come with something and then they'll just come with something else to distract you.
Yeah.
Because whatever happens to monkeypox again,
The prophecy in Daniel 2 is coming to pass as well, man. The 10 toes, 5 mixed with miry clay and iron, they're falling apart, man.
Yep.
Germany's supposed to be one of the strong ones, but now they're getting weaker now.
Scripture says a kingdom divided by itself cannot stand.
got it.
Right? You got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, go bring that now.
This is the book of Matthew, the 12th chapter, verse 26. And it reads, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself.
Right, so they're bickering right now, man. They're really fighting for supremacy in their own kingdom. Trying to survive and trying to get on. But they set out Trump to be this dude who's against the globalist order, right? And the European, who's which is the beast, NATO is supposed to be the beast, right? They're for the world agenda, but Trump's meant to be anti. But they're both bringing in the same thing. They're just really bickering amongst each other, man. And this is why America's causing the European nations to suffer. And so they're gonna burn them. They're gonna bite her in the ass, man.
It said Jeremiah 51, nations are drunk of the wine, of the fornication. Now the nations are mad.
And the thing is, America's so proud that they wouldn't even think of such a thing would even happen.
Yeah.
That's not even an option. They wouldn't even think that Europe would even be on that. But we all know it's the Spirit of the Lord is going to be on these nations to cause them to do it.
Yeah, because at the same time he's infighting, then he's starting wars in the Middle East.
Yeah.
He's talking shit about taking over Gaza.
Yeah.
And Netanyahu I heard Netanyahu was like scratching his head like, what? What's this guy talking about? You want to take over Gaza? That's not part of the deal. That's mine. When was that in the deal?
America's come early.
Then he's saying like if he gets taken out, to obliterate Iran. He's just throwing bare shots out there. Obliterate Iran. Like, this guy's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Trump's gonna put he's writing checks to his mouth can't cash. And he's gonna get himself into some big shit, man. That he can't get himself out of. So basically America's gonna pay for his
insolence.
yeah, his insolence, man, his insubordinate behavior.
It's pride.
Yeah, his pride basically. America's gonna be the ones that's gonna suffer for it. That's why those swords, the glittering swords and the arrows representing an ICBM missiles are gonna go flying towards America, man, and destroy that whole place. Yeah, destroy that whole land, man. This is like
The book of Obadiah, start from 6, you say, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things thought out? All the men of thy confederates,
Right, which is your allies, right? Those that you know business with. Oh, because another article that I saw this week, these European nations, because obviously Trump's putting hell on them, right? They say we don't see the American, you don't see America as allies anymore, but a necessary partnership. I mean, it's just business, you know. America's a door for them to make money.
Yeah.
And that's all it's really ever been, right? America don't respect Europe. They're little. When you look at Europe and even as a collective, they're small compared to America, man. In terms of trade, in terms of military, everything, they're small.
Yeah.
So America don't really respect Europe like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they just, Trump just speaks any type of way, right? But like I said, they're sick and tired with that,
Yeah.
you know, and so they don't see it as like a beneficial relationship per se, like with friends. It's just business, man. And right, they'd rather keep the status quo and just doing business, because if they didn't do business, EU's going to fall apart. You know, because they're not going to turn. Well, the only option they would have is to turn to China and do their trade with them. But they're not set out to do that.
Part of the beast.
This is it,
Part of the beast.
right? China and Russia together, and you're against Russia, so that's not going to work. So your only option is America on that big scale to make big money like that. You know, and so you're towing the line because you have to, not because we're friends with buddies. You know,
Because for the longest, only Germany, England, and France was seen as the real contributors to America. Because all the other countries, you never hear about nothing with Italy and America or Spain. Because
they're the weaker ones. They're the weakest toes. You
we
know,
only got 3 players, and even now, UK's done itself over. It's just literally France and England and Germany.
Britain's fucked, man.
Yeah.
It's so weak now. It's unreal. But they go on like they're still a powerhouse. It's bullshit, man. It's so bullshit.
Rachel Reeves and that, they went with the CEO of HSBC to China, and then like they were trying to do background deals with China, and then the report asked her, "What about your relationship with the US?" And she goes, "We are neutral nation. We have no preference and basically over one or the other. We will do deals with Mr. Trump, and also work with China." But that ain't gonna work.
That's why you got 0.1% growth, bro. Man, I'm celebrating over that bullshit. Come on, man, you're weak. Suffering.
all the men of thy confederates have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Right, so they're really setting you up, man. Right, because they meet together, they meet in Davos, right? They'll meet together and discuss. They'll talk about you. They'll talk about America. And they'll talk about what we're going to do about all these threats and all these tariffs that you're doing, right? How to overcome them, right? But we'll play friendly with America for now. That's what they're going to do because they have to. It's a ratio of convenience, right? Because they're merchants, right? They're merchant men and just want to make deals and make money, right? So they're going to go along with America, man. But they're plotting. They're finding ways to get around you, man, and to really set you up, right?
And prepared against thee, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Right? Because, like I said, America sustains these other nations, man, by doing all this trade and that. So they eat their bread. It's like they're biting the hand that feeds them. That's what they're doing, But they're gonna lay a wound under them, because they're gonna betray them at a vital moment,
There is none understanding in him.
So there ain't gonna be no, let's talk about it. It's gonna be too far gone by that point. And like the spirit of the Lord is gonna be on these nations, really just not give a fuck.
Yeah. I was gonna say no, because even the other day, Trump was discoursing a convention with the Japanese president and that, and he was talking about Japan and all that. like to say highly and all that. Say, yeah, we're gonna go into business ventures. We're gonna, do this and that and merge together as one. And then I was thinking about, wait, bro, what about Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Yeah, man,
You
smoke.
think the man forgot about what you did to them, bro? Talking about, yeah, we're gonna. Then he tried to introduce the Japanese president like he was his side man or whatever. Sidekick. I'm thinking, bro, these Japanese man are not gonna just lay down and let you walk all over them like you usually do, man. They're biding their time too. When they see that blood, when they see you bleeding, that blood in the water, and they, because they're sharks too. They're gonna come, man. They're gonna shoot fire on your asses, man. For what you did to them during the, atomic wars and all that, during the World War II.
They're gonna go back into that warrior spirit.
Yeah, man. They forgotten.
Yeah, it's crazy how much Japan got cucked, man. They got cucked. They were a brutal ass empire.
Yep.
But that's what I was going to say. And it ties into both points. The scripture speaks about how they're not going to regard gold nor silver, man.
That's talking about the meat. Yeah. But even other nations as well. They're not going to regard gold or silver, man. Before it used to be a lot of trash talking. Now Trump's actually doing these tariff wars and all that. Now he's actually pushing the bar a bit further. I mean, he's actually doing things. So now they have to retaliate. But then, it's going to be tit for tat. So now you're doing that. Now, China's doing the retaliation. Germany wants to retaliate. Other nations are probably going to do the same thing. And then it's going to go from that to, we're going to start sending troops out there. And, send these missiles out there. And then that's it. World War III, man.
Yeah, bring about an economic collapse.
Yeah.
Then off to war.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I have a quick one. This is the book of Jeremiah 50:14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord.
So
Shout.
the arrows are going to be shot. Those nuclear missiles, man. So all those nations, including America's allies, are going to launch all those ICBM missiles at America.
You know what? I can start from verse 12. It says, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Who's the mother of America? Great Britain. And now Great Britain's going to become one of your biggest enemies, man. Because they're part of this trade war, tariff wars, and all of that that's going on as well. So they're going to be so confounded. They're going to be embarrassed to actually be associated with America.
It says, your mother shall be so confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Yeah, they're the most talking about America.
I was gonna say because Britain's always touted this special relationship, right? So they're like the main backers of America, man. And so it's gonna come to a point, man, that Britain just can't back them no more. Because what they're doing is too crazy.
Trump's overstepped his mark.
Yeah. And so they're gonna have to bail out on that relationship, man. Because I think out of all the European nations, Britain's technically not part of it no more.
Yeah.
But out of all these nations, right? Britain is the last one to
It's still
Not,
part,
yeah, because it's still part of the
not part of the European Union.
Yeah,
They're part of Europe.
it's still part of the peace.
It's still part of that.
That's why NATO and the EU.
So until they leave NATO, then they'll
But they will be like the last ones to kind of give up on America.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be a point in time where they just can't defend America no more, man.
But that proves that they're probably going to be one of the ones that's going to shoot missiles at America as well.
Yeah.
Because it says that they're still part of the peace system, and they're still part of NATO, so they're still got that military enforcement.
Yep.
So when that time does come, they're going to be part of the 10 horns.
Mm.
Shoot some missiles at
Yep.
America.
But also it kind of makes sense that it has to be Trump as the last one, because with Trump it's palatable for Europeans to be like, oh, the president of America is a bit crazy. We don't really like that government at the moment and stuff like that. Whereas with Biden, those other characters, it was a bit more just like, we have that understanding, that working relationship and stuff. So it's just like Trump has to be the guy.
It takes that type of character,
Yeah.
unless there's someone coming after him, which I just don't see.
Yeah.
He really fits the ticket.
And
Trump's more
like,
volatile.
spiritually speaking, man, like if you look at Earth, man, it makes sense that Babylon has to be the main focus of missiles. Because think about it, like this nuclear capability isn't a paintball gun. You know what I mean? Like a little pow where it could spread around, bro. If because you remember there was that podcast of one lady. You remember that podcast where she was speaking about just how much people could die in a global nuclear kind of conflict. Now just imagine all nations actually hitting everywhere. Bro, the Earth's gone, bud. That's why it makes sense. It's like the Lord gonna put the spirit upon these nations to make Babylon the focal point. Yeah, plus like parts of Russia, certain cities will obviously get hit. You know, obviously the state of Israel gonna get hit. It's gonna get built back up.
the face of the Earth.
But like a focal point, like a landmass, and the spirit is because it's the furthest part. You know, it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
That's supposed to break it down because it says it's not going to be touching the bits above and below.
Yeah,
It's not going to touch
the
down
spirit of the Lord gonna make
a
a
sensual.
you know what I mean?
It's the angels
like a barrier.
Barrier. That's
You know,
Containment.
Well, that makes sense.
it
In
makes sense.
Revelation 7, it says loose the 4 angels
Yeah,
Yeah.
that are around the river Euphrates, man.
yeah,
Because they're going to concentrate. It's going to be concentrated demolition and
Yeah.
destruction. man.
Yeah.
The Lord said He's going to be in that fire Himself.
yeah. It's because if you think about it spiritually, man. If you go back to the two bombs,
Big boy.
Yeah. bro, those are just atomic bombs, bro. He's a baby. You know what I mean? Like, and like hundreds of thousands of people just got smoked.
Yeah.
So how much more nuclear or like missiles, man?
Yeah, them like smoke one, you can see their shadow after
Yeah.
the explosion.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy. There's actually one guy who actually got hit in both towns. Like he was actually hit in the first town and then he fled to the second town and he was hit there. And the spirit actually made him actually live to tell the tale of how bad it was, the way he saw things. So it's crazy. It's still the power of the Lord, man.
Still getting melted, man.
Getting melted, man.
Hell.
People's face just gone. There's a shield, a wall of, that ties into what the Besom. You know, Jeremiah, Besom.
Isaiah.
Yeah, he's going that
Beast of
yeah,
destruction.
that Besom of destruction. Man.
You know, that even there's a word in Jeremiah 50, and it basically means the face of double rebellion.
Oh yeah, but
That word with the M.
it starts with an M.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, what, Maranatha?
No.
Oh, Fire. Okay.
Place of double rebellion, man. But that's why that place is
Fire.
going to be destroyed so harshly.
Yeah.
Well, it gives to a double, right?
Yeah.
Gives to a cut double.
So Isaiah 9 and 5, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood.
Yeah.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Yeah. No, I think we need poetic justice as well, because the majority of the weapons manufacturers, the top 10 is mostly American companies
Yeah.
as well. But they're
Yeah.
not- that's
Like I said earlier, Esau's the Lord of War.
Yeah.
Right? He's one given the sword. He lives by the sword. He's the red horse that taking peace from the earth. He's exporting terror and war in the whole place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's only, I say, it fits
It fits.
prophecy perfectly.
poetic justice.
You know, we're not going to sit and debate about whether
Yeah,
Esau is a so-called white man or not.
Yeah,
We're not going to do that.
Past that.
Past that. I'm not saying there's no other conclusions.
Until it's given a great.
Oh, it's some Arabs. There's some Arabs, but they're rolling with AKs. Where did the AKs from? They eat those arms.
Kalishnikov.
Yeah.
Kalishnikov ain't an Arab name.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. They eat my weapons. So like, what are you talking about?
And like even if we think about film and TV, bro, I've never seen a film, The Great Destruction of Nigeria. You know what I mean? The Great Destruction of Pakistan, bro. It's always Babylon
So it's
being
America,
destroyed
yeah.
in these movies.
Yeah.
Or if you think of the Independence Day,
Yeah.
you know,
Most Hollywood movies.
yeah,
Yeah.
but most, they are
Especially
knowing,
post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
It's always America.
It's always
And it's like that
Planet
scripture, man.
Apes.
The tongue shall fall upon themselves. They're really
Yeah.
prophesying their own downfall. man.
yeah.
You know?
prophesying against themselves.
Yeah.
And this time they ain't gonna have no Captain America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one's coming to
No
save
one's
them.
coming to save them.
And Doctor Strange ain't gonna find the one way.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Even on that preset, right? Sweet peace, but they should why it's like before we've even got nuclear, like the spirit that the Lord has got on this man, which goes to show that he really was blessed with this understanding. These conventional weapons that Esau has are crazy,
Oh,
man.
some of the guns, bro. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, weapons of mass destruction, man.
yeah. They've got certain
Lasers.
sniper bullets that will slap through concrete, bro, and
Yeah.
just take you out.
This is the thing. This is what's crazy, right? Because Esau go around and point fingers at people, saying, "Oh yeah, these are violent.
Yeah,
They got terrorist groups and Arabs and this and that, right?" Because they hold up a town or something and they down a couple people, whatever, rocks, right? But you don't understand, like, yeah, violence is always going on the earth, right? There's always been violent tribes and all these kind of things going on, right? But you up their game to another fucking level with these
Another
weapons.
level,
that
bro.
you Man, I used to go in there with sabers, you know what I mean, and the swords and stuff
He's
like
an
that.
eagle
You
now,
gave them an AK, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what an AK does?
bro.
You're mowing down people,
Bro,
man. You up their game because you've armed them with the ability to
Yeah.
take life.
Dudes could be like in an office in their boxes eating some pancakes, and a whole city's just gone.
Yeah.
Like that is
With
not.
an
It's not
Xbox controller.
with an Xbox
Yeah,
controller.
No, listen,
Like, and it's not even a joke. Like, that's what bro. Even now, obviously, it's something that's existed. You got heat-seeking drones, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
And now you got AI in the mix
AI
now,
drones
making decisions for
which
themselves.
go
now.
rogue. Like, it actually just
Bro.
yeah, innit, bro. Yeah, like AI bots
Yeah.
that come to his own judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a new that's the new wave of AI they
Yeah.
keep talking about this
Yeah.
year. They reckon they're gonna bring that new they call them agents,
Yeah,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
They reckon they're gonna bring those agents, AI agents, in this year.
Yeah.
You know, and so
I
they're gonna
remember-
make decisions of their own
Yeah.
thing based on their programming,
Yeah.
obviously.
yeah.
You know,
they're
rather
gonna
than waiting
Yeah.
for permission.
And they're going to be targeting
machine
trades.
learning.
They're going to be it's like the police when they do training, they don't tell you, but
Yeah,
they train how to kill Drake.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You
Of
got
course.
the pictures there,
Their profiles.
but they make little profiles of Jakes and mannequins and all that, and they shoot directly at
Yeah.
gangs niggas looking like gangsters.
No,
and
no.
all that,
Yeah.
with the low back.
Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna program them robots.
Yeah.
pictures in their head. Yeah, see, like, yeah, this Hispanic guy, yeah, he's an alien.
Yeah, no, it's real.
You
They've
know,
long
they're gonna
said
track you
AI
down
is
and kill
racist.
you.
Yeah.
They've long said AI is racist.
There's a
Before it's
program
even got to that advanced stage, because they said, well, their thing is, well, it was trained by cis white men, so of course it's racist.
Yeah.
Bro,
But
I'm about to say the AI is always just the information you feed it.
exactly,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
all it is.
And if all the information that's always out there is Jake's the criminal,
Jake is
Jake's
criminal.
this,
Yeah.
Jake's that.
Yeah.
It is illegal immigrants that need to be shot and that's what AI's gonna think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On the basics of it, AI on the very basics, AI is just math. It's just probabilities, which is why you've got to give it a shit ton of data
Yeah.
for
To
it
make
to
the
be able to be like, oh, with this input,
Yeah,
this is the likely output.
Yeah.
Which is why when you're in Chat GPT, it's always asking you,
Yeah.
how do you rate this response?
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Even with the language models like Google uses, they've just fucked everyone because they told you can't copyright people's content,
Yeah.
but they'll use the AI and just take information from their websites that
Everyone,
are paid for research and all of that. Remix it.
Which goes to show you
Yeah.
that it's an agenda.
Yeah.
Because anyone else does that, they get hit with hella content.
100%. When China did it and got a cheaper version of their shit, then they were like, "Oh, this is criminal. This is not allowed. This should not be allowed." But then when they do it to man in their own nation and twist
It's-
laws, it's like, "Oh,
And see, and the worst thing about it, this technology that they're talking about right now is old technology.
Mhm.
You know, we know like DARPA and these man, they've been
Yeah,
playing with that shit for
They've been
fucking
doing it
time.
for
Man.
time.
You know, then the military is way ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
Way ahead of everybody. Man. You know, so when they come out to go to war, man, that's really these AIs are going to get the job.
But you know what it is? It's more palatable if it's coming from a
Commercial.
private company.
Yeah. Elon Musk,
Elon
is
Musk and
supporting it or
stuff
whatever.
like that. That's the thing. People don't understand. That's just how these elites work. They want the people to be bought in. And that's why different countries do the same things, but in slightly different ways. But the end goal is still the same. In China and Russia, you can be more blunt. You can be like, look, this is what it is. Over here in the West, you can't have to come in and be like, oh, it's not the government that's making you lock down. It's this and whatever.
See, all these applications, they start off as military applications,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then they find out a commercial way to sell it to you.
yeah,
And to help train.
Yeah, same with the internet. You know, things like this. They wasn't really for consumption for people. It was to send messages across without getting detected and shit.
Yeah.
That's what it was for.
Yeah, and also it was like, but back in the day, it was a thing where you had exchanges. So if I wanted to call you, there was an exchange in the middle.
Yeah.
But during war, what would happen is if you blow up that exchange, I can't call you anymore.
Yeah, so it's
So you had to create a web where I didn't need that just one exchange. I could go and
Wild,
relate.
World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got the cables
create a web.
underwater, the satellite systems. We
Yeah.
got Elon Starlink now.
Starlink.
Yeah.
You know,
Even the NSA have a program called Skynet. The actual Skynet.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
This is why the scripture said that the serpent
go into that.
is more
Watch.
subtle than any creature.
That's true.
Because the word subtle means to be under the web. And crafty. So that's why they're very crafty, man. They're wicked elite. So that's why they use and the web is a web, the net to catch people, to snare people
Yeah.
in
He's a cunning hunter.
Yeah.
to cunning hunter. He will catch people out. Basically. So that's why he's able to do that under the web. He's under the web while everyone else is getting caught in the damn web.
Which is why. So
Like I say, it's a dual-edged sword for Esau
Yeah.
because he created these things that are really going to be their own undoing.
Yeah.
Psalms, he had to dig the pit.
That's right. Because even what was that? Was it a Rockefeller that said? Yeah.
yeah.
You know, because it is becoming a dual-edged sword, man. Because it's giving us opportunity to get this word out.
Yeah,
You know?
the Lord made him create the internet so he can just push this word out. That's
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
that's the whole
Yeah,
meaning.
yeah.
It's hella helpful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
trust me,
studied.
Yeah, bro.
I just
You know,
give
back
you
in
the
the day,
information, man.
bro, back in the day, you have to go on the web, Google, look at each every link.
Yeah.
Now you just get the shit on Google results. It tells you, summarizes it, gives you titles and shit.
Even like for instance the transcript thing, the speech to text, which that's a bit of an old tech, but it's like it's been more and more advanced with this AI. It's like you need to find a point in the video, just search for it.
Yeah,
now, man.
yeah.
Search for it in text.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You know that Microsoft is gonna invest in the US 82 billion, bro, into AI development, and that should really, bro, create jobs pretty much for everybody. Man, like, man, are gonna be impoverished, bro. Even more impoverished. 82 billion, bro.
Yeah.
82 billion.
Yeah, just to put you on universal basic income.
No, it's funny. Yeah, one time I called AI breaking down the scriptures wrong. So I asked him, why did you lie? It's like, oh, sorry. I actually caught him breaking down scriptures. I said no, but because you know he tried to say he actually tried to say one character like in the Bible is an Edomite. I said no, in that verse you're not Edomite. He's like, oh, sorry. I'm not even lying. I'm trying to find it on my phone.
Joe.
Yeah.
something like that, yeah.
You know it was. It was. Remember with Caleb when people say like the Edomite.
Because there's another Caleb
And that's-
song.
yeah, that. So I was asking it, feeling the information, and then tried to link one character. Says, no, man, he's not. And then he actually confessed. Sorry, man. I'm not even trying to make
AI
it.
goes,
No, beat the AI.
AI's got spirits on it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember that time that they fed the information of AI to do a self-portrait? And it's an old fucking
shit.
Mr.
right.
Burns looking.
You know what I mean? Like he had a bald head.
Watch days
Crazy.
watch episode 1 of What's Next with Bill Gates.
Ah,
And they're going in,
yeah,
they're going into it. Basically, they don't even really know how it's doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
Because even what there was allegedly, but I'm going to say that allegedly they were putting out a new version, right? And then the AI in quotes knew it was about to be
Oh yeah,
deleted,
yeah.
and it replicated itself
Yeah.
and then wouldn't conform to the shutdown command.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing they show you in
Oh, the
Universal
verse.
Soldier.
Yeah.
You know, when Seth, Michael J. White's character, he was actually a computer program.
Yeah.
You know, and then he made himself a human,
Mhm.
and then put his spirit into that,
Consciousness, yeah.
his consciousness into that body, and then he became a human being. He started killing shit, man.
Yeah.
The ultimate Terminator, man.
Yeah.
Until John Paul Van Damme gave him that roundhouse kick. But that's what Esau's showing you, that
Yeah.
that AI has its own spirit, man.
Yeah.
Even in the Marvel, they show you that. What was it? Ultron and all that.
Yeah.
Jarvis or what was his name?
Jarvis.
and it
Yeah.
turned into he wanted to make himself a fucking robot body so he can take over the fucking globe. Yeah.
Because and this once again prove people say, oh, you guys are just conspiracy. These guys are admitting it themselves.
Yeah.
If you watch it, it was like because there's the part of the AI that we interact with, and it's learning from our interactions with it.
Yeah.
But then there's the back end of the AI where it's basically doing its self-learning.
Yeah.
And then the guys were like, we don't actually really know how it's doing.
Yeah.
Of course, they started it off, but then at some point it starts
Becoming
not being,
independent.
but it's doing it.
Yeah.
Self-reliant.
Yeah.
It's just so
Self-dependent.
Oh, there's like
No, but it's
no.
just true. But they show you that in a different movie. Even that movie Resident Evil. When Resident Evil and the little girl, whatever her name was.
I think it's an excuse.
I hear that.
I
I
think
hear
it's
that.
an excuse.
Well,
You
It's
know,
controlled anyway. It's
yeah,
controlled.
yeah.
But they have
It
got
went
spirits.
out
They
before.
are fucking with spirits. They do conjure up spirits with that. With the sun and all that.
Yeah,
They do
yeah.
fucking
because
spirits.
it's an easy thing to blame it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
no, that's
starts
true.
acting
That's
out.
true.
Yeah, I didn't know.
yeah, because
I
it
don't
means they're not liable for anything
Yeah,
it does.
But they
Yeah.
can learn itself.
No,
Humans
it
do
can.
learn themselves.
if you give it a formula.
Yeah. Because there's even I think they even said that one a robot killed someone and all that.
Yeah.
A robot killed someone.
Yeah.
He kept it, took it home, whatever he did with it.
Oh, wow. I feel so myself.
I know about guy actually like tried to
Yeah.
take on a robot for itself
Wow.
to take care or whatever, and something happened where
Yeah.
it malfunctioned and it killed the human. or something.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I know.
I mean-
it can happen, bro.
We us two brothers did that video of that Israeli database. Where's
Where's Daddy?
yeah, Daddy, and basically it actually has a score point out of 100. And basically, like if you tick certain boxes of the kind of stuff you post on social media, the people you spend time around, your home is actually marked in Israel. Well, you know the whole Palestine conflict. To actually get a actual strike in your house.
And these guys,
It is actually a real system that actually exists.
these guys are devils because they were like the best time when it's coming home.
When it's coming home, yeah.
You know, so it's not even, and this once again goes to show you, because really, if they want to call themselves an ethical army, really, they should be in quotes, like if really the AI should allow them the ability to take them out with no collateral damage.
Yeah.
You will be here at that time, and then it'll shoot. If you shoot exactly at this angle, at this trajectory, you'll get him and him only. But no, they're not doing that, are they? They're taking down entire families, going to show that this man is nothing but the devil.
Because they don't care about the casualties.
Yeah.
Don't care about
The scriptures referring to Israel, right? But the scripture says in Ezekiel 35, "Sit thou hast not hate blood, man." This
So
man,
grab that.
yeah.
You got something?
Yeah, read it, bro. So, second Ezra 16, and start from 17. Woe is me, and woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and the great mourning, the beginning of famine and the great death.
There's all these things on the horizon, man. You can see how that can all develop, man. You know, we're not this world is not in a good place, and it's about to get worse. You know, and like I said, they can blame whatever they want on anything right now. You know, you can see the avian bird flu, fucking with all the eggs and shit. You know, we got the pandemic, fucking with all the logistics and access to food and stuff like that. Right? These are all reasons why the MOTB needs to be brought in. That's how the government's going to play it, right? To control all these resources and so everybody can get access to it. You know,
Just the
you
one
take the
bubble
chip,
shot.
make
Read
sure
that
everyone
one.
gets something. Same thing what happened during the World War II, World War One, but the rationing cards came out, right?
Yeah.
Because only the rich could afford the food because the prices of food were going way up.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all that the Black Horse in Revelation is speaking about. You know, food becoming ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
You know,
wages.
but the reaction to that is the government comes in and says, well, we're going to control, you know, these assets, these products, man, and we're going to hand out so everybody can get.
Yeah.
But for you to do that, back then you needed the book and the stamp, right? But now the stamp is in you.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're going to register, you get your thing, you're going to scan, and you're giving what you're given, you know?
Yeah, which is spiritual. That's what kind of happened. back in Egypt.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, as things got worse, people gave up more
Get
and more
more
of
rights and
their
liberties.
rights and liberties. Man.
That's right.
You know
Just
what I mean?
just to get through, just to survive.
Yeah,
You know, and so you're not gonna have too many options in that day, man.
yeah.
And so this is how Esau's gonna gain control
Yeah.
over the people because you're gonna be desperate.
Yeah.
You know, just like those men were desperate back in the famine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That,
The beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Well, so that's the question. What are you gonna do? Like we know what we're gonna do. Go with it.
Hope.
You know, because we've been given the you know the instructions.
Yeah.
Right, and we believe in the prophecies of the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
But the majority of these people out here, man, they ain't gonna have a clue what to do, and so they're gonna panic. And like Bane told you, man, you panicked. You know, you know, man, you know, the guy died, didn't it?
Yeah.
But like these people are gonna panic and make a bad decision based on what they think is logic, which is a logical thing to think, right?
Yeah.
But it's gonna be the wrong move because you're gonna end up doing what's that cardinal sin.
yeah.
You're gonna commit a sin that you can't repent from, you know, and that's taking the MOTB. So Jake ain't gonna be let off the hook just because you had need.
Oh, yeah.
You had need of food and that. Lord ain't gonna have like you know, oh, you know, well, he needed to eat.
Yeah.
You know, no, you was told to trust in him. So anyone that don't trust in him is gonna get mocked.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
they're gonna get the anti-spiritual mark, which is death.
Yeah.
You know, because they're gonna take Esau's mark, and that's gonna mark them in the spirit for death, man.
Death.
You know, to catch that fire.
That shows they ain't got no faith anyway, because the Lord said, "My servant shall eat."
That's right.
Yeah, so they ain't got no faith. The infidels, man.
So that pressure that Esau's gonna put on the world isn't gonna apply to us in the same way. Yeah, it's gonna be uncomfortable and difficult, but we're not gonna be feel like, oh, we've got no other choice, no other option.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna feel like that because we know this is what we're expecting to happen. So it's only when it does happen, it's only gonna confirm our faith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not gonna make us like, oh, I didn't know. You know. No, we knew it was gonna happen. You know, so when it does happen, it's like, yes, you know, we're getting closer. We're almost out of here. You know, it's not gonna break our mental. You know.
We'll know that the Lord's the one bringing it, because on the left hand side, like Deuteronomy 32, he says he kills and he makes alive.
That's right.
He heals. Even the chip is his on the left hand side as well. So if you know that, then you know that the Heavenly Father ultimately, man, as long as you don't take that chip, is going to do right by you. We got all these different examples of all the different miracles that the Lord did, and that's why it's important to do the spiritual epistles and come out to camps and prophesy, because then you read about like the Daniels and Josephs and like all these different stories. Even when I was reading the Joseph story as well, after he did the prophecy, breakdown of the dream, he was in jail for another 2 years. So the guy he was with was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell the king about how you helped me out and all the good that you did." Yeah. And then Joseph, he left Joseph and went and done his thing. And Joseph was in jail for 2 years, 2 years more.
Oh, I kind of forgot. But I remembered.
But it's crazy because them time,
Because of the raise, raise the voice.
yeah, and it's crazy because those 2 years he's in jail, he actually became
Buddy with the
like a chief guy in the jail.
Yeah.
So it shows you in all states you're in, the spirit is always going to be with his men.
That's right.
You know, because every obstacle he encountered, he actually got a bigger blessing afterwards. You know what I mean? The blessing each level. You know?
raise it higher.
Yeah, it got raised up higher.
Yeah.
Go into that, bro, Shah. You know when we was talking about the Skynet.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
This
into
is a Skynet surveillance program. So Skynet is a
which,
program.
which actually proves what we say. You know how we say he actually puts things in his movies.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, it's a nice film, man. Have you seen it? But these times it's actually based upon real life scripts.
What is it? They'll turn around and say, yeah, but no, they were just inspired by the movie.
Oh,
they
yeah.
moved off the Sky. No, these things were in their mind before.
Yeah.
That's why it had Sky in the movie.
Yeah. You know, wow, I've never thought about
Because scripts are written. Scripts are written by somebody, right?
scripts are written.
You know what I'm saying? So
They take
obviously,
inspiration.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, the ideas were given to them.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't tap us.
It says is a program by the US NSA,
Who was the US?
the National
Yeah.
Security Agency, that performs machine learning
Machine
analysis.
learning. That's artificial intelligence, right?
So they call it smart technology.
Smart
It
technology,
learns itself. Learns things.
Analysis on communications data which what was it? WhatsApp. They love saying end-to-end encrypted. Look, that don't mean SHIT.
Yeah.
Because if both ends are what do you call it? Are compromised, right? As I don't know if you brothers remember, there was a case like 2 or 3 years ago where basically like you had a whole criminal network that were using
Yeah.
these phones.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be like hella
Encrypted,
encrypted,
and it got busted.
but these times it was given to them by the government.
Yeah, to spy on them. Yeah.
To spy on them. That's it.
Yeah.
So it says analysis of communications data to extract information about possible T suspects. It says
It analyzes data.
Yeah.
That's why it takes large blocks of data so it can analyze and filter through AI and works things out.
it says the tool is used to identify targets such as Al Qaeda couriers who move between GSM cellular networks. Specifically, mobile usage patterns such as swapping SIM cards within phones that have the same ESN, MEID, or IMEI number are deemed indicative of covert activities.
IMEI numbers, what you get in your phone.
Get your phone.
So that's to track and trace databases. So you said you wasn't here
Yeah.
during a crime, and you pinpoint your
Yeah.
phone and say you was right there at this precise time when the murder took place. Why did you lie?
And like it's crazy because if you think about phones for the last 15 to 20 years, remember back in the day you could just take out the phone battery and throw it across the road, it's gone. Now it's very hard to take out your phone battery because it's impossible. It's basically impossible because if you think it's off, because if you think it's off, it's not really off.
It's never off. So there's a whole a few months ago, Google released a thing where basically they said it was the theft prevention, where basically now what happens is your phone is always you can always find your phone even when it's
So
off.
it's passive.
So it's passive. That's it. So, and it's using other people's Bluetooth.
So like
To
find you.
Yeah, to find you. And that's one
To
of the
ping,
things.
yeah.
One of the things I always say is like, look, man, there's no hiding in this man's system. It with this level of technology, even. Right?
But again, that plays in with the mark of the beast, man. 'cause
That's
it's
it.
that passive technology. It's going to be in your body, right? But it's always going to be on,
It's gonna always be on.
right? And you've got these smart cities, lampposts reading you all the damn time. Things are always going to be reading you. It doesn't have to necessarily be a scanner that you get scanned.
Yeah.
Things are always going to be reading these details all the damn time, man.
Starlink.
Keeping an eye on
Starlink.
Yeah, because what's the new thing? And I think they're trialing in the US first with T-Mobile. Is they're gonna be basically now you can call using the satellites. Certain times you can call using the Starlink satellites, right? Via the regular cellular networks, right? So basically, they've done a thing where you can like piggyback off of that system, man. Right, so basically showing you that whole program was, and it's been effectively pointing out what's going to cover the whole earth. That whole program was for traffic. Yeah. But it says, like many other security programs, the Skynet program uses graphs that consist of a set of nodes and edges to visually represent social networks. All right, it says the tool also uses classification techniques like random forest analysis.
Now, if you go into other information, it's actually spoken about times where it's got things wrong. As in, you know what I mean? Because remember, it's calculations. AI sometimes, in its first stages of learning, sometimes get things wrong.
Yeah, it's faulty.
And then now a person's just marked by a system to just die. That's actually like, again, if you go into what was going into that time in that video, there's actually AI lists, you know, or even that. I always get it mixed up. Is it a King Alfred pack? You know, the one that has the red list.
Red list.
Oh, that's Project Megiddo.
That's it. Where it's actually got like a list of people. You know, some that can't change and be broken, that have to be killed. Some that are kind of underneath those, and those that are just zombies, basically. You know?
It's one of them ones because our lives are so online now. They know who you are, which is why they got you interacting with the AI. That's the old
TikTok.
Yeah, you got a digital footprint. There's a thing on ChatGPT called Memory, where basically if you ask a certain question, it'll tell you about yourself in a way where you realize you've actually been feeding it so much information that you don't even realize. You know,
I felt that's so much information.
no, but it'll be one of them ones. Like, for instance, if you ask at one point, the best type of, as an example, let's say napkins, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, so you're a parent, you're a this. Oh, you've got a wife, this, that, and the other, and it's building up an entire profile of who you are. So we're helping in effect, we're helping these systems.
Man, they show you in the movies, man. You have to feed it information, it stores it, records it. That's why you got all this Siri shit and all that. It listens to what you're saying on this conversations. It's learning about you, man.
And they're always on. That's why Apple got hit with a class action lawsuit for that. It's always listening.
Software development. That's why them killer robots, when they get put out there, they're gonna directly go for Jake, man. Yeah, 2/3 in that time of Jake in trouble. Them killer robots are gonna be out there killing Jake.
That's what Ezekiel 21. The sword is sharpened, man.
That's why Isaiah 59 and 19 gonna have to come into play.
Yeah.
That's when the Lord's gonna have to lift up a standard. Because Esau's really gonna come down upon the people, man. Upon the tribes.
Yeah. Remember in that book, that thing we was reading, bro?
Yeah.
Remember they said it was supposed to be one where there was still a human stamping
Oh
it,
yeah.
but the humans trusted it so
So
much that they would just and it just approved. Basically,
1 out of every 10.
Yeah.
Basically, it was like 1 out, because there's so much people on that list. It would probably check it like here and there to see if it's wrong. But like if you reach a certain score on the AI list, you're marked. Basically, when you come home and that phone pings off, it's gone.
Definitely. But that's why it's like these people, they're using social media and stuff like that. You know, all of them people that are retweeting,
Yeah.
liking
whole
this,
life's online.
whole life's online. So he knows who he's gonna get.
Yeah.
We're definitely on that list.
I mean, I'll probably post a link on the comment board to that document we was going into, whereby it's basically AI list that's been tried out in Palestine. Because you remember them, like, what is the main nation that gives them their weapons and stuff? America, man. They basically use that region of Palestine to test out things there.
When they were getting a bunch of guys with their cell phones, or pages, Israel was doing that.
Yeah,
you know,
Blowing up and shit.
that came out of nowhere.
yeah. And
But
even
that was a long operation.
Yeah.
Which goes to because it was a whole. It was when you look into it, it was a whole thing. The way that, because obviously these people went to the shop and bought these pages.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a whole thing that they did, showing you that this man, the serpent,
Subtle.
is like someone that's patient.
patient, yeah,
You know, a serpent is patient.
patient,
Yeah.
blends in.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians 2 and 11.
That's it.
Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
We don't understand the games that Esau's playing at here, man. You know, everything that he's developing, it's developing for.
It's lucky. Yeah.
It's developing for to use against the people.
It's cold.
You know, it's not to your benefit. AI is not here to help you. It's to help Esau,
Yeah,
help the elite.
that's that.
You know,
He sort of uses that method of gradualism,
Yeah,
like a serpent.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
like he make it cool right now because you can ask ChatGPT what you want and it can give you answers if you don't know shit because you're lazy, right?
Yeah.
But you know, in its real application isn't to answer your questions. You know,
Man, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna use AI to capture your meeting notes, so you ain't gotta worry about writing stuff down. Don't worry about that. That's what it's there for.
Man,
Just to help you do your job.
any brothers, anybody watched Disney Pixar Wall-E, right?
Oh, from back in the day.
Yeah, they trashed Earth, so they got
Yeah.
up in a spaceship, right? But they're all fat, right? They ain't use their bodies in fucking yonks. You know what I'm saying? They're on floating chairs everywhere. And then when they had to get up, man, they couldn't walk or nothing because they've just been made lazy, right? All this technology is making people extra lazy, man.
Yeah.
He wants your universal basic income is going to make you fucking lazy.
Yeah.
You know, well,
Yeah, I mean,
They make you dependent.
Yeah, yeah.
dependent.
Make you redundant, bro. You're not
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
You know. And like I said, just
Be
back to the
slaves. Complete.
but back to George Guidestones, man. If you're not fucking needed, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Credit scores.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're just carbon animals, bro. You're making too much fucking carbon emissions.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get rid of you.
Carbon
Bro.
waste.
Yeah.
Carbon
even-
waste.
even on the carbon things, that company that makes butter and milk,
Allah.
Yeah, I see
Allah.
that. I see that.
bro, they've basically got a bacteria that they put in the cows that make the milk and butter, so that the cows produce less methane, because obviously that's what it's treated when they poo in that business. And it's like that shit is going into people. Even now, they've been talking about like a patches to take people's taste of wanting meat. For real.
These times meat ain't the problem. It's
Meat ain't the problem.
It's you, Esau. Right, they been cows.
I've been buying steak, man. Meat ain't the problem.
That's it this week.
Yeah, that's, shit, I had to before camp. Shit, I shouldn't be saying that.
Come on.
Yeah, before they go to the meat, man. Obviously, you're supposed to have a healthy balance of meat and vegetables. And like, and I was thinking about something this week. It's spiritual. If you think about it, yeah, even if you research vitamins and nutrients, meat, good quality meat, is very high in nutrients, and like, and like even like with fruits and vegetables, it's very also high in nutrients. But you like need more of a veg to have the same amount of nutrients. So spiritual, like in like nature, by how it's structured, you always need like a small amount of meat and more vegetables to have a balance.
Exactly.
You know?
Grass-fed meats and all that.
Exactly.
You've got high levels of fiber and protein.
I was going to add, it's really mainly here in the West, whether it's America or the UK, where people really indulge in meat like that.
Yeah.
Like back home, like, as so-called Africa and that people eat meat, but it was as the bro was going into
Yeah.
that's not a special. You didn't have it like
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like and you hear stories in America with the T-bone steak,
Yeah.
right?
It's overdone.
T-bone steak.
Overdone.
But it's like America is always
Rogers great.
overproduced,
Mhm.
right? It's overproduced, man.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, they used to say that they used to throw away 50% of whatever they make,
Yeah.
like food-wise.
Yeah.
That's a whole big fucking waste, man.
Yeah,
Imagine all the emissions you'd cut just by not doing that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because the Americans like to fucking indulge in fucking all you can eat fucking steakhouses and shit. These fucking competitions and freaking mega burgers and shit.
Yeah.
Like why?
Why?
Just eat normal, like eat normal like quantities of food and shit. But now you got to do it big because that's America's big, right?
And after you start eating lean, whether it's like a small amount of meat, steak, vegetables, you actually realize you don't need a lot of it. That's why, like, them like steak houses where you go, you have the knife and they cut off the meat. I realized like it's always expensive, but you're always getting robbed because you always end up eating a small amount of meat.
Because it's small portion.
Yeah, because you're
Keep coming.
exactly because your body can only take in so much like amount of protein and fats. You can only take a small amount. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a bit more in that. The controversy part.
So it says
Which is the part I kind of wanted to focus on.
Says the Skynet project was linked with drone systems, thus creating potential for false positives to lead to deaths.
Yeah. So like the AI can be like, well, he might be doing this, he might be doing that, and then he just marked, bro. So that's why, back to what the brother was saying, people who will watch our videos like, I'm not really down with you guys. I might watch a video once every 5 months, but you're still marked, bro.
You're on the system.
You're already on the database.
It's like you're on the spectrum.
Yeah,
Sure.
Hey, yes, you too, vocab. It's like this guy's always watching their videos.
diligent. Exactly.
He knows so much about
You know so much.
He even went to go see them.
Yeah, it is.
Multiple locations.
Exactly.
Sound like
He's a
Shemaiah,
fan.
smell like Shemaiah Beggar, man. You're growing up.
Yeah.
He a fan,
visit
he
them.
a fan, he a fan.
I'm gonna get deported.
Yeah,
So
Go back to Germany.
Yeah.
yeah.
So even on that point, it's like for anyone that's on the fence trying to shy, I don't want to come out. Look, they know anyway. Just do the
Be
work,
brave.
man.
Be brave. You know, show courage.
Yeah, there ain't no hiding, man.
Yeah. And,
Certainly, you got it.
no, but
There's certainly no hiding from the Lord. So
hey, has brothers realized recently on YouTube that sometimes after videos, I mean, I've been experiencing it recently, where I'll be finished watching an apostle or brother's video, and after like on the auto plays like a Muslim video. Like,
Yeah, I've seen
always
that. a couple
been that.
times.
Yeah,
bro, like what's going on?
It's like
bro?
recommendations.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
keep
got nothing
trying
to do with this. Like,
I've been realizing that.
it used to piss me off. That's why I stopped the autoplay.
Yeah,
I was
bro.
like, what the fuck, man?
Time for that, or they try to put some Christian.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it got nothing to do with it. I'm like, why the fuck?
Saints, and
yeah. You know, I'll be playing a video. You know, if there might be like, I might fall asleep. Then I wake up to a 4 hour video.
Shit, man. Like, they even before me.
it's happened a couple times.
Yeah, it's happened, bro. But it's been happening more recently.
Yeah,
Start
man,
this
I'm like,
year,
what the
bro.
fuck is this?
Yeah.
Esau's programmed the thing to make the
Yeah, to try and link it. Yeah. This guy was watching a 5-hour video.
I'm watching that
I
shit.
wasn't watching that shit. Yeah, go on, bro. You got-
This is Revelation
was that
chapter
all you
12.
wanted from?
If there's more, well, if not, it's all right.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time.
Yeah,
I said everything's building up for this moment, man. You know, I was thinking about this other day, man. All this technology that we've been getting, it's all coming in a small space of time. Ultimately,
yeah,
you know, before we were about on horse and cart.
bro, man.
You know, since the Industrial Revolution, we've got cars and shit, and then since then we have planes and we've got fucking now we've got AI. You know what I mean?
AI,
it's
yeah.
last 100 years, less than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No,
No,
give or take.
about 130 years.
Yeah. You know,
it shows that
that's
Esau-
a small part of history. In
Very
terms of
small part of
all the
history.
thousands of years prior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all coming in a small space of time because Esau seems to be waiting for this moment.
Because the third world coming.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's why. That's why Lord's making things speedy up.
Yeah.
Because Esau needs to be, prepped for the destruction.
And I said, coming even quicker now.
I mean, I'm not sure if brothers have seen this in certain parts of the UK. Like even I've seen it, and sometimes when us brothers are taught in different towns and that, certain food companies use robots to bring your food to your door. I've actually seen it. Certain brothers will know where, let's say we're teaching in like a certain street or park, you see the robot going through the park, man.
25.
Yeah, going taking food to someone's like
I was saying this the other day.
crazy, bro.
They say all this AI and shit, right? You know, they're gonna get rid of the gig economy.
Yeah.
So, you know, because they got the Uber, self-driving thing. They'll just put it in a car. A car will take it, or drone will take it, or something will take it. They don't need these people. They don't need to be paying these people. They don't want to pay you holiday pay anyway. You know, all this shit because it's just they want to get rid of people. You know what I'm saying?
And they need to get rid of them bloody deliveries. Well, they just ruin, bro. You be seeing them just like cutting through. It's like just hella dangerous, man. Go home, man. It's annoying, bro. It's like almost like, and what it just goes to show you, Proverbs 29 and 2, right? When the righteous shall throw people when the wicked bear all the people. Because for you, and you do what you got to do, innit? It ain't for hate what you doing, right? But for you to be risking your life, like £2 delivery, like that's a fucked
You wanna
up
get the
state
tip,
of affairs. That's
The
a
extra
fucked up state because I'll be seeing drivers almost die, and I'm like, for
Bro, some of them ain't got no fucking lights on the
Yeah.
bikes and shit, man. I'm like, I'm turning left here, bro, and like, I'm lucky I'm seeing you because you're not making yourself obvious. You know, I could run you down. Well, what I was gonna say, man, it's like, because what can these, what jobs can't these machines and these AIs and these robots do,
Yeah,
right? What does that mean?
You're obsolete.
So it's certain of the gig economy, but the idea is that people aren't going to be living that luxurious lifestyle.
But the only reason why they're doing a gig economy because they can't get a better job. Because these jobs are getting cut. Oh, sorry, you
It's not- I meant more from the perspective of delivery. What from what restaurant? The restaurants are going to be shut. Uber,
yeah, true.
that's outside your 15 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, us brothers.
You know what?
Yeah.
We've actually seen this.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, for real. I don't know if you can get that on the camera, man.
I've got to make use.
It's from
Well, you
BBC
can work.
News, and it says DeepSeek moved me to tears. How young Chinese find therapy in AI. It says young people in China have been looking to AI for something one wouldn't typically expect: computing and algorithms to offer emotional support. Right now, if I read down a bit, it says DeepSeek has been such an amazing counselor. It has helped me look at things from different perspectives and does a better job than the paid counseling services.
But this is the thing that I wanted to say as well. It's like with there's gonna come a point because right now at the bottom of ChatGPT it says AI is experimental, right? It can make mistakes and stuff like that. We're gonna get to a point where basically these AIs get so trusted, right? To the point where no matter what the AI says, people are gonna believe. Because if you're going to an AI for therapy, you're an asshole.
Yeah, bro.
You're in big trouble.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the AI will tell you anything, right?
It's just algorithms, man.
The financial services now is all getting taken over by algorithms as well, bro. Because bad people go out. Well, you go out work in financial services. If you're mid-level management level, you need to change career. You're not gonna get another job because literally all the mid-management jobs are now being taken over by AI. The only thing they'll hire you for is a project manager to train the AI. Other than that,
Until that job's not needed. Yeah. But there are certain things, especially once again, the reason I say that, especially something like that, was like people are complex, man. You know, but that's what Esau's trying to do. Esau's trying to basically
black and
AI
white.
is not gonna know the nuances. And once again, this idea of where is it got its training data from. Right? If all of them, man, I remember I told you, Bob, I did an experiment where I tried to go onto the women's side of Instagram to see what they were seeing. And they're being fed nonsense.
It's crazy.
Absolute nonsense. So now the AI is loading its data from that. Imagine if the AI is trained on Fashion Fit. You're asking for a relationship.
yeah, man. You know why the AI thing is fucked as well? Yeah.
AI teaches you how to be a simp.
Yeah.
Well, what's the common phrase in this world? Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, bro.
How do I make so the AI is just gonna be telling you shit that's gonna ruin your life?
But you know, even with the women thing as well, yeah. Like AI don't have empathy, bro. So you know, like with the job center situation, if you're seeking work and you can't get it, and your job set the guy in the job center might just allow you and give you a little while longer.
Yeah.
Bro, AI is also literally if you don't have the desired result by the desired time, your welfare shut off. You have no money. You're fucked. Like that's the system we're moving into, man.
Which ties into what we was reading. The devil coming down with great wrath. Because like you know, which ties into that, man.
That was making a good point as well, because they want you to be like thinking AI is like more skilled than humans, you know, at certain things. You know, but that's why they give you like, or they pay so much for like an authentic painting or something like this, because it's something that it can't be replicated.
Yeah, this whole thing ties into Esau's God complex. Let's read that. What's that? Thessalonians?
Oh, Thessalonians, yeah.
You know, spirits, not what does it say? Lying wonders and that. You know,
Second Thessalonians.
Second Thessalonians, man. Yeah.
And then also one of the things is when they start trusting AI even more, that's what I kind of see, you know, the Ministry of Truth from that film 1984.
Yeah.
Because they
Thought criminals,
but then also just for the thing of the AI, you ask the AI, did slavery happen? If people are truly trusting the AI says no.
it's real. It's real like
It's
that.
been programmed, but
Exactly.
Yeah. It's actually real like that, man.
the difference is like all this robotic, artificial shit. They don't have feelings. It's like it's not real. It's like working with brain dead.
Maths.
Yeah,
It's like walking with Ethan.
Yeah, basically. It's basically a
Some
super
Franken-
Edomite.
yeah, it's like some Frankenstein science.
Yeah,
It's mad science. It's not really supposed to be. They're supposed to give it all the rights.
of life.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over man's life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You're going to turn it into a judge.
yeah,
You know, jury and execution. And
Yeah.
that's basically what they're going to do. Give it proper like rights to judge people,
yeah,
whether they should live or die.
yeah. Like even there's a database called drug GPT. It's basically like chat
Yeah.
GPT for like drugs. So like a person can put in their bodily problems and symptoms, and it can actually prescribe what you might have. But then they be speaking about chips, which could,
Monitor.
you know, which could actually test your blood. So obviously see if you've got certain problems.
Mm.
So then it's like it's just, you know, it ties into the miracle aspect here,
Mm.
because your chip might be able to scan that you've got like a type of cancer that is
Yeah.
very
Very earlier stage.
early stages.
DARPA did that for the vid.
That's what they actually said that.
DARPA did
Chips which can scan your blood for the C19.
Yeah.
So that's them different kind of aspects of the miracles.
And once again, going back into what we were saying about these things are ultimately just looking at things from the Edomite way. Because what does the Lord say? When you're sick, you best you can go to the physician.
Yep.
Right? The healers look at the herbs. You take this tincture, this, that, but ultimately pray. Drug GPT doesn't tell you to pray.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Tells you to trust in that pharmakia.
That's it.
That's sorcery. So read those second.
The Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. It says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High."
Yeah, man. You know, Esau's always had that God complex, man. You know, you know, this guy actually wants to compete. Thinks he can compete with the Most High. So that's why he's got these secret councils. You know, CERN.
Satellites.
You know, trying to like get certain kind of information, man. You know, if Esau could actually get like a door into the spirit world and fight, he actually would, man. And I'm not even joking. That's what he's trying to do with CERN.
There's
So
a
I
certain
guess,
particles
yeah.
and all that, trying to open up different portals in the earth.
Yeah, portals,
Because they
black
know about
holes.
Jacob's ladder and all
Yeah.
that. Esau knows these things exist.
Yeah,
So he knows there's portals in different places of the earth where, more spiritual than others.
Yeah.
Ley lines.
Ley lines.
So he knows this is all about
yeah,
electromagnetic forces. He knows that that's like spirit. It's like
Yeah.
a force of power.
And the proof is once again they show you in their movie.
Yeah.
Right, they'll be like, no, we have to build it there or put it
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's why Esau is heavy into gematria.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
goes into the numerology
yeah.
which they use on the left hand side.
And like it's proper interesting. Remember, as kids, you might watch them cartoons, and it's the evil scientists, and it always brings in like demons or beings, with 4 heads and shit. You know. But
It says, "Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time."
yeah, and because obviously back then Esau was in power, but now is the great time of him being truly exposed into the earth, man. Which is now. Now, man, he's been totally found out, man. But by the Lord, man, and that's been done through his men. You know, like now, everywhere you go, man, you know that word is spoken about. So tribes of Israel, or even now, the fact that people question like who them people are, like in Israel now, because for a very long time it's like, yeah, these people was in chambers oppressed and blah blah blah, but now everything is just being exposed, man.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, people are recognizing that, they're just they're
Right.
foreign to that land,
Yeah.
just like everyone else. They're not the originators of that land.
Yeah.
They acquired that land.
acquired that.
It's not they're not the original inhabitants of that land.
Yeah.
They're fighting for something that's not really theirs.
Which if you go into that storyline of the WZO, World Zion, you know,
Yeah.
like that whole thing, bro, it goes back to like the 1800s, bro. It was a patient, calculated, step by step, purchasing land here, purchasing land there, you know, before it got consummated, if you would say, with the state of Israel. You know what I mean?
When I think about certain of the things that Esau has done and the patience he has shown to do,
Yeah, so, yeah, for real.
you know, it kind of also makes me think, you know, we you know, have to be patient. You know, Esau can be patient with his, you know,
That's why he's known as a serpent. That's it. The old serpent, the devil, and Satan. Because the serpent's very patient.
Very, very,
What's all the Gabar was going into the other day
Calculated.
about, you know,
Yeah.
the 5 different learning skills or the different animal learning
levels of
skills,
wisdom.
levels of wisdom. Serpent is the highest form. And Esau is known as the serpent.
Mm-hmm.
So he's very patient, man. When he wants to do things, Esau's been waiting for this new order
He's been waiting for time.
since May 1st, 1776, which is like 250 something year span between that back then all the way till now. That's why they want to celebrate America next year, 250 years. They're waiting to establish this new world order. Yeah. So Esau is very patient. He's definitely a serpent type of being. He's very cunning, very divisive,
Cunning hunter.
very divisive, you know, crafty. That's what it talks about in Job, about the crafty counsel of the wicked. The Lord disappointed the devices of the crafty. Yeah, that's the wicked elite.
also proves, as the apostles gone into, that they know about reincarnation.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Esau knows about reincarnation. You know, 'cause that's why Trump's in office doing what he's doing right now. 'Cause I'm sure he probably knows in past time. Maybe he doesn't, but I'm sure I think he do know in past times who they was in the previous life. You know? With different records and different things of that nature. But even Trump probably knows that he was Nero. Might not know. He knows.
Scripture says they're wiser than Daniel, innit? There's no secret that can be hid from them.
Yeah.
He doesn't know, man. I got this there real quick. From that. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like in the same way you put metal in oxygen for long enough, it's inevitably gonna oxidize. No matter how much you treat it, you might just delay the inevitable, but eventually that rust is gonna show. And Edomite is always gonna revert back to that wicked nature. It don't matter whether they do it just being like a Southern American Edomite, just straight up doing it, or they're your boss and they just fuck you over. You work your ass off, and then they tell you, "Oh, mate, sorry, you know, we're just gonna have to let you go because the budget in the company is defeated." No matter how they come at you, an Edomite is always gonna do wickedly on you because it's just their nature to do it, man.
But Esau's never changed throughout history. That's how you know he's never going to change. Because he's done the same thing throughout history, even going back to the colonizations, man.
Yeah.
Great Britain and all that.
That's what's been beautiful about this whole Palestine thing, man. Because you had a lot of people think that this man has changed. But the way that they were speaking, these Edomites were speaking in reference to Israel being allowed to do what it was they were doing.
There's hypocrites.
Yeah, everyone was kind of like, whoa, wait. I mean, we knew. We were just like, told you here.
Which proves that's Cain, bro. You take violent vengeance on Cain. Violence is
Sevenfold.
sevenfold. I mean, have you seen how Trump was speaking this week? You know, if these hostages don't come back, basically, shit gonna break loose, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's how Esau is, man.
And that's Esau's spirit, man. We even saw that back in the day with that Jake movement called Mood, man. They straight up dropped bombs in Jake, which I believe was how many, there was a certain amount of people that died, and half the people was babies, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Esau is the ultimate war criminal, man.
war
He's
criminal.
always been a war criminal since his predecessor Cain.
Yeah,
Back then, he's been a war criminal.
yeah,
He came back in the reincarnation as the Edomites, man.
Yeah.
Esau.
yeah.
And that's why Netanyahu was doing what he's been doing, because now he's being chased around the earth like
Yeah.
he's a war criminal. Because they are original war criminals.
Fugitives.
Yeah, the fugitives and vagabonds, the first murderers, the
Traveling
original
soldiers.
liars, you know.
Yeah.
That's why the scripture says that he's a See, he's a violent man. He's
Yeah.
an evil man in the earth.
Yeah.
You
Cain, man.
remember-
Dagger.
Yeah.
You know?
But remember, like even the whole narrative when back in with the Saddam thing, when they got everyone thinking that terrorists from the Middle East flew planes into the building,
yeah.
bro. That when,
Passports stayed safe though.
bro, when as soon as Saddam invaded Kuwait, bro, and then started causing rifts in the Middle East, and the Americans switched up on him. All of a sudden, quick, the weapons of mass destruction. He must be stopped. And he pushed that narrative onto the sheeple, and you had all them fools that went and fought in the army.
Yeah.
Bro.
But that's part of Esau's exposure.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Because now, anytime Esau brings up a new threat, we must have a war on. Everyone's just standing at Esau like this. All right, well, so what's happening now?
You know what?
Who's getting paid now?
Do you know where we're lucky in all of this? Is so when we people know that this is the case,
Yeah.
but they haven't got any power. They haven't got any solution to that. But we know that there is a solution, right? And that is the Most High taking this man out of power. Right? But that's why it says in Matthew 24:22. If this Lord didn't, hurry up the days,
Shorten the
everyone will be, and there'll be no flesh to be saved. Right, because if this man keeps continuing on, he's just gonna continuously like someone like Trump. If he got,
We can't have enough.
he's just gonna be like, Great Britain also has oil. Go take their oil.
We're gonna invade London. We're gonna invade London.
Well, that's the thing that we're joking around, but
We're the
America
same
has
people.
something that's referred to as the Hague Invasion Act,
Yeah.
right? Which basically Hague is being where the International Criminal Court is. And under that act, if an American citizen is tried by the International Criminal Court, they will go and roll into Holland, man.
Yeah, bro.
I remember that one. That's crazy. Yeah. Back in Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Yeah, because back then Esau was in power. But the Lord is letting reign now again for him to be exposed, man. Rome is just reborn, man. The other day, funny enough, talking about chat GPT, I typed it in. What's the parallels between NATO and EU and the ancient Roman Empire? They just giving bare links, bro.
Yeah. Some of the same
Structures and systems.
structures. Yeah, everything's basically reincarnated.
Incarnated, man.
So it talks about the deadly wound that was
Healed.
healed and all that.
Yeah.
You know? The first beast and all that come back
Yeah.
as the second beast. It's all one and the same.
Yeah.
It's just got different names, man.
Yeah.
Because if they actually put the term, Rome, or if they put America in the scriptures, Esau would find a way to get rid of those scriptures, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord had to put in the mystery, mystery Babylon, man. So you just know,
Babylon.
so people don't know how to,
Yeah.
unless they're the part of the Lord's elect.
Yeah.
You won't be able to see those mysteries, man.
Yeah.
Those secrets.
And it makes absolute sense through the spirit, through the spiritual eye, that Babylon the Great, man, is America, man. Because every age of every time period on the earth had a mainstay, like a major nation ruling at the time. You know what I mean? And it's now, who is that, major nation that spreads around this wine, man, and influence? This is Babylon,
It's America.
the great, man.
Yeah.
That's right. You remember a couple years ago? Where is that? Well, one of the meetings where they had the nations, and Trump's just all strolling in the crowd, pushing everyone, barging shoulders and shit. Because Trump symbolizes Babylon's like pride. And Baru, if you look at Trump, he looks like an eagle.
Yeah.
Like have you seen his brows? You know when his brows is all fucking furry, man. It looks like an eagle, man.
Yeah, he does.
For real,
Represents the evil.
Like one time I saw him like in a suit. Trump was like in a brown suit, and you have them eagles that's kind of like brown. He looked like Trump, bro. With his beak.
You know what's funny though? What's one of the things that always joke about Trump? Is toupee.
Yeah, it's
Why do you wear
toupee.
toupee? Because you're bald.
Bald.
Like the bald eagle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like that simple.
That's
Holy.
funny, man. That's funny. That's
the Lord did to Nebuchadnezzar.
yeah.
He turned him into a
Now, I mean, you know, we ain't making that a doctrine. But, you know what I'm saying? You gotta throw that in there. But he looks like an eagle.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what
he looks like an
represents, yeah,
eagle.
it does. And it says what? That their fellow will be more stout than their fellows.
Yeah,
man.
man.
So that's why Trump's the way he is.
Yeah.
He goes around
Stout.
basically trying to be more bossy,
Yeah,
bossing everyone else
yeah.
around.
It's crazy.
They got the same capabilities as America. Like even Russia's got more capabilities than
Yeah,
America, but you know they're still bragging and boasting like they're
bragging
the
and boasting, man. Swift, you know, and Babylon is known for strengthening its fighter jets.
Yeah.
But then now the other nations have counteracted it with missiles, man.
Yeah.
You know, drones,
cheap drones, stuff.
the S-400 systems.
Yeah.
You know,
Because that was the whole thing when Iran retaliated against Israel. They were using some cheap ass drones, being
efficient.
but yeah, and then would you call it these?
using money, bro.
What's the thing? The Iron Dome.
Yeah.
Those missiles are expensive.
Expensive.
So man, you're spending like £1 million to combat a £10,000 drone.
Yeah.
Like the economics of that doesn't make any sense.
Weakens you in warfare.
Exactly.
Verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
So who's that wicked man? The seed of the wicked man is Esau, and he's been like, and it's actually like in the earth now it's shown, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually known who, like, there's only, and it's a point, you know what I mean, I always make here. If you had one member of all the other nations except fucking Esau in a room, yeah, every nation can tell you the story. Hi, I'm Ham, and I've been fucked over by Esau. Hi, I'm Moab, you know, and I've been fucked, you know.
It's a long list, man.
Hi, you're the ones. Hi, Ham. You know, everyone's going clapping for him. You know, I'm telling my story. But I've been fucked over by Esau. Because it's real. It's real like that.
How's the ham of the whole earth?
Yeah.
That's Isaiah the 40th chapter.
Oh,
Might as well read it up.
you read that as well. You know what I mean? And that's part of his exposure, man.
It's that shameful.
It's that shameful spirit, man.
And people are speaking up more about it now.
Yeah.
That's what in the kingdom everyone's gonna, you know, wake up out of the dust,
Yeah.
so to speak, of that confusion of knowing who they are and all that, knowing that the so-called white man lied to them all these years.
Yeah.
He's really the devil, conspired against everyone,
He did.
children of Israel. And in the kingdom, everyone's going to come to that realization. And we're going to be discussing that as well. How this devil lied.
Oh,
Esau's getting these bywords, you know,
Yeah.
calling him colonizer.
As he uses science and witchcraft to basically blind the people into believing he was the superior race on the earth. And he was the most inferior out of everyone. He's the basis of men.
He's going to pay for basically making himself, and I'm going to say it the incorrect way, for making himself Jesus. Man.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
we-
blasphemy of the Holy Spirit.
Blasphemy, man.
Of the Holy Spirit.
Because it's one of the things I remember asked some of the authors, like, 'cause you know, these different nations, they've got what's referred to as white worship. And I'm saying, who's got worse? Is it Moab or is it actually a Latin tribe? But then really think about it, all these nations have problems with white worship.
Yeah.
Because Esau has made himself
God.
into a god, man,
To an angel of light.
into an angel of light. But what's been happening is that image is being
Switching
taken
up.
away. Like, it's one of the guys that I know. He's out there in China at the moment, and he's basically saying back in the early 2000s, people be like, "Oh shit!" But he said now that spirit's gone.
Yeah.
He's
Because
like, "What is
everyone's
that?
realizing the
Spirit's
white
gone
man's
now."
the devil.
Yeah.
Everyone's realizing. Yeah, now you want to put tariffs on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we can see you're the devil now.
Yeah.
White devil.
It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Yeah, consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is his prophets, man. You know, obviously, the other scripture I'm about to quote talking about Jake, but it applies onto Esau when it speaks about making these people wood. You know, and it shall be consumed, make This words in your mouth is fire.
That's Obadiah. That's talking about Esau.
Yeah, no, you can, but it's also
The
another
other
one.
one,
In,
yeah, it's yeah, I'll get it.
That's
Get
Jeremiah.
out in Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's talking about the word.
yeah.
But Esau's actually going to be made.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
Yeah,
going to kindle in him.
Yeah.
When we put him in
yeah.
the
That's
actual pits,
an Obadiah. Yeah,
we're going to burn his ass. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
one you're talking about is the actual word.
yeah.
The
Word.
fire.
But
We're
it's
gonna burn these
spiritual.
people up.
He's been consumed spiritually first before he gets physically
also-
consumed later on in the kingdom, man.
Yeah, the mouth.
Yeah.
It talks about that in 2 Thessalonians.
Yeah.
So he's going to destroy him with the brightness of his coming. Consume his mouth, consume with the mouth.
Yeah.
And destroy with the brightness of his
Yeah,
coming.
that's it.
Yahweh Shai comes with the chariots.
That's
Right
it.
now, he's getting consumed with the mouth.
Yeah.
Which are the prophets.
Prophet.
Because we're calling out. Basically, this is his hearing. Man.
Yeah.
We're proceeding
Yeah.
to give Esau his hearing,
Yeah.
his judgments that's going to got to pay for. And then when Yahweh Shai comes, he's the one who's going to drop the hammer on you.
We're basically reading his charges.
Yeah,
You know,
against him. Yeah.
on count 899 on murder.
That's like
And
Amos
robbery.
1. That's like Amos 1. For like violence against
Oh, yeah.
that brother Jacob.
Yeah.
Both of these are spoilers, and thou.
I was not spoiled, man, because again, like there's so many things in the history. Like there's so many things he's not accounted for, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know, like a main thing that people Jake speak about is slavery. But what about people like fucking Antiochus Epiphanes, man? You know, in Rome. So that's why, that's it. Greece, Rome. That's why, like, when even when the first temple got burned down, if you read in first Esdras, it says when the Babylonians was taking this down, it was the Edomites who burnt the temple. You know, so it's like they got like loads of charges
Yeah.
to face,
Yeah.
and
This is why the Lord said he requires that which
that
is
was
past.
past.
The Lord doesn't forget, man. Like, we may forget because we're in these human bodies, but the Lord, he don't forget, man. The Lord's perfect. So everything this devil's done has been recorded. So when in the kingdom, the Lord's gonna bring everything back to our recollection, our mind, and then we're gonna remember what you devils have done, past times, present times, whatever, and we're gonna judge you for that.
Lord already put his anger on us pursuant to
That's
Ezekiel
right.
25.
That's it.
Shows you the Edomites can't be forgiven.
No, there's no repentance.
No way.
They
You still can't repent.
Yep.
Go so carefully with it.
But with every single captivity, there's been the Edomite put a hand on us. Every single one.
Yeah. And like if you look at like the first temple, the second temple, then it got rededicated and destroyed completely. Esau had a hand in each one's like been taken down. When the Babylonians, Esau burned it. Antiochus and them, and then defiled the temple. Then 70 AD.
He's trying to do it now.
Yeah, and they're still trying to destroy the actual temple, which is the people.
Hell, bro.
He's actually said he's going to build a third temple.
Yeah. That's it. That's what he said. It shows you that's that two in the womb that was wrestling. You know what I mean?
It says, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan
Yeah,
with all power and signs and lying wonders.
lying wonders, man. And even that can include what the artificial intelligence, man.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Trying to artificially engineer his birthright, because that's what he really wants. That's why you got this transhumanism, where he wants to merge man with a computer to find the code to eternal life. It's not happening, bro. You know what I mean? It showed you that in Lucy. Do you remember? What was that? What was that for Lucy?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Transcendence.
What was it?
No, Transcendence was 2020.
I'm talking about Lucy, innit? Where
She got the powers.
she got the powers.
Yeah.
And like, really, man,
She went back into
Yeah.
time.
yeah, really, man, like in that movie, man, it was it was alright if she stopped to like halfway. You remember, like halfway, her character kind of had spiritual power a bit.
Yeah.
And then she got to like a complete form, and she became a computer.
Became black.
The
He-
bitch
became
became a
like-
USB.
Like dark matter.
Yeah.
And then basically she's trying to make mockery of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
She was just dark matter, black.
Yeah.
And then she turned into a USB.
Yeah.
Put all the data.
All the data, and she was just like
So
a
what they
computer.
share it.
Yeah. Come on, man. Nah, bro.
Just
Nah, bro.
to show you that they know that
Yeah.
the Heavenly Father and His Son are dark entities.
Mm.
So they had to get to that level of the utmost highest level of intelligence to reach 100%, to use 100% of her brain.
Of her brain.
You
Yeah.
had to become all black.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Yeah.
Showing
Yeah.
that you have to have that melanin.
Yeah. Actually
And
showed
they
you
talk
that.
about neuromelanin as well.
Mm.
It's power.
Yeah,
But,
but
you know,
yeah.
these sorts of devils.
you're the devil, man. And bro, that birthright is never coming back. It's gone, bro. It's robbed. And really, man, it was always ours in the first place. It's gone, bro. Like, bro, Esau, Rothschilds, Elise, whoever, it's not coming. It's gone, bro. Just go, smoke crack, strip club, go have fun, man.
Like my guy,
That's-
Prepare
have
yourself.
fun.
for the-
listen.
Yeah.
You're no closer than the Babylonians.
Yeah. That's it. Because you guys are losers. Because you've been predestinated to lose, and we the Israelites, starting off with his elect, have been predestinated to actually win. So we lost, man. It's match fixing.
It's already rigged. Yeah.
It's already rigged. Because remember with the story with the birthright, what does it say? You know when they went to the prophet and he
Yeah.
said, two nations are womb, and what did it say? The elder shall serve the younger.
Yeah.
So everything that took place in the next chapters on had to play out for that to come to pass.
No, he's gonna play the same side.
Yeah, it's
Whatever
the same.
he's gonna do.
Yeah.
It's gonna at the end it's gonna be ruined.
Ruined, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say when you read Romans 9, it says that he haven't done good.
Yeah.
But I just chose one.
Yeah.
That's one to honor and one under this one.
That's
This one, man.
This is Malachi himself from 1 and 2.
226.
I have loved you, says the Lord. Yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Mhm.
Says the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau,
Yeah.
and he laid his mountain and his heritage west for dragons of the wilderness.
Yeah, man. So it's both sides, man. Just how it's in the Lord's power to love is also in his power to hate. And even remember this week, got some bugged out. Jake on the net, he was saying how saying the Most High controls evil and good is evil. How bro? He's the Most High. The Most High creates Satan. Satan don't listen. Satan bows to the Most High and the Son, bro.
Satan's one of his sons.
He's one of his sons. In Job, like he's
People on a low level. Man. With that Christianity, when you deal with Christianity, man, you come to find out you're really on a low level.
yeah.
They don't understand spiritually what's going on. They don't understand the meaning of what the actual scriptures are saying. And they can't break it down because they ain't got the jigsaw, man. The Lord didn't give him the mysteries, the secrets. He's only given it to certain men. So we understand that from the beginning, the Lord set things up a certain way. If you break down Genesis 1:1 to them, they're gonna bug out because they don't understand that the Most High wasn't even present in the first chapter of the Bible. Man. He wasn't present until the second chapter, around the 6th verse. The Genesis, the whole chapter is not talking about the Most High creating anything. That's talking about the angels of the Lord and Yahweh Shai himself, the Elohim, man. During over a 7,000 year span. But if you talk to a Christian, they're gonna think that was actually 7 days, 7 24-hour days in a week. That the Lord created the whole earth, created the heavens. They don't understand that, man. They ain't got the spiritual. They're like the natural men. Like this guy, Hokam Malone, Heyman Malone, mentioned something the other day. Because he's a natural man, he doesn't understand the things of the scriptures where things are spiritual. Like it tells you in 1 Corinthians, man. Yeah. Because the things that are spiritual are foolishness unto them. You know? So they're not going to receive it, man. That's why them wacky tacky Christians, like Apostle said, man, if you see them and they want to debate, just tell them to hit the bricks, man. Don't even bother with them, man. Because you're just going to be
wasting your
yeah, you're wasting your time.
Oh, yeah.
Hitting your head against the damn brick wall, man.
Yo, they think you're fine.
Even just as others have said before, man, we're past all that now.
Yeah,
Man,
You
you
know,
ain't got time for that.
yeah, we ain't got time. Look,
2025.
it's 2025. They Trump's in power, man. Trump.
Looks like bigger fish to fry.
That's it. You know, he's about to start coming. If you know, that's what the scripture says, Mark 13:33. Watch and pray. Right? You know, not when the time is, but it's like when you're watching and you're seeing what this man is doing, the infrastructure for this mark is here.
Oh, bro.
Right? It's then the way
It's
the
ready.
AI is, yeah, it's been, yeah. The way the AI is all integrating into it, like, you know, joblessness in mass,
Bro.
right? You know,
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
soon, man.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man,
You
it's people
know?
know, man. Bro, in the UK, yeah, I was saying it in the video as well, like, these ones got so many departments that are responsible for financials in the UK. You got the Treasury, like for the government, you got the Bank of England, they even have the Office of National Statistics, Office of Budget Responsibility, very different elements of the society that are supposed to make sure that people are not fucked financially, that it's all fair. And then you mean to tell me they don't know how to fix the economy? They know, but they're purposely just giving people lies and just saying, yeah, we're trying, but 22 billion black hole, the last government. We don't know where the money is. We don't know where the money is. We're just out here trying our best to fix things for these people. But really and truly, man, at the end of the day, they want to create the crisis. Yeah.
If lay people were able to say that the governmental policies were going to mess the economy up, you're telling me these people in power didn't know? Of course they knew, right? It's this thing once again. It's like when you watch what these people are actually doing, like they're not stupid. They're doing these things on purpose. That's why every single government is doing things that are similar to it. Okay,
Because they've been told to do.
exactly.
Just like Trump has been told to do what he's doing. Yeah. Everyone has to take orders, man, from the higher ups. You know, it's their system. They control it how they want to control it, man.
Yeah, man.
Now they want to shut it down and revamp it. They want to do refurbishing, and they call it the New World Order, or the Fourth Industrial Revolution. You know,
And they look down on these people, man. I hear certain stories about how you get these, you know, sort of like I forget which film. You know, film where will be like, look at these people. They'll be out. They'll be just looking at the common man, and then just like look at them, looking at these people as if they're vermin.
Yeah.
You get these lower level people that have a couple million that look down on people like that, man. And so imagine how much more so the elites.
and they really despise, you know, the people, man.
Yeah.
Show you in that movie, They Live.
Yeah.
Basically, what the people were actually there for. You know, they were there to worship the money, obey, do as they're told.
That's it. Yeah, work for them, slave for them, and that's it, man. You know?
When you look at society, that's exactly what they've achieved.
Mhm.
You've got people that are going against their own interests, if you will.
Yeah. The only reason why Esau even considers you worth of anything is because you're part of the national debt. Like, you owe the bank. You know, anyone that's born into society, you become indebted to the bankers. You know? You're actually an actual cargo or shipment, a walking receipt. Yeah, stock. You know, owned by the bankers. Yeah,
Livestock.
yeah, livestock. That's the only reason why they're concerned about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Whether you've done something or committed a crime, and you know, someone's got to pay that debt.
Hey, remember even at work, it's called what? HR,
Resource.
human resource. You
Yeah.
know?
And I hate that people are. We need to finish this, but we haven't got enough dev resource. And I'm like, I ain't a fucking resource.
Yeah. even at work, my plan's called a resource plan.
Yeah.
He works here, he works there.
Yeah, bro, I hate that word, but that's what we are, bro. Right? In this, we are yet this day in the place of our captivity, man.
The captive exile.
That's it.
You know? Hasten that you make the loose.
Let's get some closing scriptures. Don't have to stay.
You mentioned
Oh,
Isaiah
you're
14.
gonna read
I
out.
got Isaiah- oh,
You're
you
gonna.
got
Isaiah 14.
let me start from 5. Isaiah 14. Let me start from
Start
4.
from 1, yeah. Start from 1.
All right, done. But Isaiah 14, verse 1. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Yeah, so those gutter rats in the land right now, they don't belong in that land. The real Israelites are going to go back there, and our Lord Yahweh Shai comes back to deliver his elect. The real Israelites, which are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the 12 tribes down, are going to go back there with the Lord to inhabit the land that was promised to our forefathers.
And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
They're the strangers of the Israelite foreigners, brothers that are scattered abroad, and so on and so forth. They're going to be in the land also, right?
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah, we're going to become one again. It's not going to mean 2 more houses, no more 2 more different groups. Southern Kingdom and Northern. We're going to be as one. 12 tribes.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, the servants and handmaids.
So that's talking about Esau, Edom, like BB and them, Elon, all these other nations, their leaders, starting with their leaders, they're going to be our first crops of slaves. They're going to be our handmaids and servants in the Lord's kingdom. Meaning they're going to be put to on them plantations, they're going to work their asses to death if we have to. We're going to beat them down to shivers and all that as well.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
So we're going to rule over the number one oppressor of the earth, which is Esau, Edom.
And it shall come to pass that in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, which shows that we ain't saved yet, because our people are still sorrowful as hell under this devil.
Yeah.
And from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve,
Yeah, slavery, even to this day. Go ahead.
that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased.
Yeah, the Golden City. That's talking about America. It's also known as the land of Ophir, which is where you find the best form of gold. Asherah from the Asherah, Ophir, the Golden City. That's talking about America, man.
The Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
Yeah, just like Brother Shakar was mentioned earlier, about the other nations sitting in the room discoursing about what Esau Edom's done to them, man. Everyone, all the nations have a common denominator of being persecuted by one person, one group of people, known as the Edomites, so-called white men. And us as a nation of people as well. That's why in Jeremiah, was it 15:33, says the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. The common denominator is you, the Edomites, man. Every nation has been oppressed by the so-called white man, one way or another, man. So we've all got something in common, man. This damn devil. When he goes down, we're all going to be celebrating. Even the heathens are going to celebrate this devil's downfall. Man. They know they're not going to be oppressed by the wicked no more. They're going to be being oppressed by the righteous.
Scripture says the earnest expectation of the creature is waiting for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High.
Yes, so they're really, even though they know they're going to be under us, made tributary and all of that after 1,000 years, they're going to be better off, and they know that.
Because Esau's an asshole, man.
Yeah.
It's like they know that their land is going to be their land. No one's just going to roll up on their land.
They know that we're not wicked, right?
Exactly.
Even when we're punishing them, that we're doing our law. They're going to follow the pandemic. So they know that what we're going to do to them is definitely,
better standard frame of lipstick. So perfectly
Because he wants to.
yeah, 'cause he's being wicked.
Yeah, because he can. Yeah. Because that use atom bombs and that. That was yeah. He was just like, I want to see.
The problem with the actually use to actually help. Like about time that he's so no, all right, no, this needs to fix that problem.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean, I've seen a doctor, right? My life, right? That's the thing, right? And this guy's got like a soldier. Copy of the book. Basically, yeah, like, it's one of the very was a vet, right? So he obviously vets study those animals and experiments. So when the beasts have certain like kind of beasts and see what they lack in nutrients, or diabetes or joint pain, blah blah blah, right? And then they'll just give that, and they'll go back because it makes money, you know.
So probably, still yeah, technology, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Like even basketballer, man, that had fucking HIV. How did he end up getting healed, man? Because he has that bread, man. And obviously him as well being a flamer, man. You know what I mean? A part of
Yeah. That community. Yeah.
the kind of meaning is like, things like whether it's diabetes, this, but you try to say, all right,
And
fine, bro.
and doctors a lot, but like the AI help should got this, or like for instance, what was it, the back pain or something like that, or like a shoulder where it's actually your liver.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, your goal that has got a nerve that links to your shoulder. Whereby if you've got a problem where you can't, for example, eat loads of like butter or eggs or even cheese, or even nuts. Like me, every time I eat too much like nuts, right, I actually get a shooting. There's a nerve. You know, up in the fat. It creates a pinched nerve that are directly to your back.